All right, good morning, evening, afternoon, everybody. It is the late night hour of the Bicker Bunch.
Happy Death Day.
Yeah, it's so late.
Yeah, it's like 8:30,
So
and
late.
I'm already drunk and high. So, Jam, what happened to you today?
Well, we went to dinner.
Bitches.
Yep.
We did.
We went all the way out to the shopping area, Desert Ridge.
All the way out, 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
To the sushi.
For
That's not where we went first.
for all those that know Desert Ridge, the parking lot's insane and terrible and crowded all the fucking time. So we get to, so there's a stop sign and this one car is just sitting there, just forever. And then there was a car in front of me that was behind it, so I was 2 cars back. And I'm like, why is this fucking car not going? You know, there's no reason. There was no other cars. And like, so like the BMW is not honking at it. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go ahead and honk. And like this lady comes out from the restaurant and like flips me off and gets in the fucking car. And apparently that car's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, so I saw this from the other side, right? Because me and Brandon got out to put our name on the wait list, and we forgot that there was a sports game going on, and that wasn't ever going to fucking happen anyway. And so we see, like, I see this SUV pull up, and this woman get out, and she looked like one of those women, you know, like, you've been to Scottsdale.
Yeah.
You know those women, right?
The high maintenance ones.
Yeah, like.
Who are entitled.
Yeah, but she had like the yoga
And
pants up
bitchy.
to her boobs, and then the shirt that just covered her boobs, because I guess that's women's fashion now.
Oh.
I really don't understand it. But anyway, so she gets out of the car and walks in and checks what the wait list is, and it was like a 50-minute wait. And she just bitched about it for like 3 minutes, and the hostess was like,
While the car is still sitting
Yeah.
at the stop sign
yeah, the car had
this
never
entire
left.
time.
And like she's just sitting there bitching at the host for like 2 or 3 minutes, like, oh my God, it's so long. What about on the patio? And she's like, yeah, that's for the patio. Yeah, you want inside? Like it's going to be like when the game's over. And they're like, oh my God, that's so bullshit. And stuff like that. And I hear Jam honk. And I'm like, oh, that's my car. So I go over there, and then like Jam drives off at that point, and I have to go chase her down throughout the huge parking lot. And but yeah, like this woman legitimately got out of her car, and then the other one just sat there at the stop sign. And it's like right in the middle
It's a crowded fucking parking lot.
Yeah, in a pretty big intersection too. Like if you there's a turn right off the main kind of road of the parking lot
So
that's
it's
right
backed
into
up.
there. Yeah. And like there's nowhere else to go before that, really.
Yeah, it's not like we could go around.
Yeah, so yeah, what a bitch. And then she flipped Jam off.
And I was like, I can do it too.
Yeah, and then we
Right
got in
back
the,
at ya.
and then we got in the car with Jam, and she proceeded to like try to kill us.
Rage drive.
I am a horrible rage driver for sure.
I was scared for my life in the back
I
seat.
get so pissed off when I'm behind the wheel because of the stupid drivers
Yeah,
that
and
are
I just
stupid.
like but like the whole thing of that, like
What
why?
an entitled fucking bitch.
yeah, like are you that much? Do you think that everyone cares about you so much that when someone calls you out for something, like I don't get it.
Yeah, you were in the wrong. You should get honked at,
You're
bitch.
in a parking lot, like
Go
go park somewhere and check on, and then if you don't like it, then you can get in your car and leave.
Or do what we did, right? Me and Brandon hopped out of the car, Jam left, I put my name on the list, and
Yeah,
then I
just
waited.
circled around.
And well, you guys went.
Yeah,
We
but
did
something
go
else,
to
but,
a
like,
different store.
But if you don't have anyone to get out of the car, park your fucking car, get out
Oh,
of
she
your
was-
car.
she wasn't
She
driving.
was the passenger.
No, she was shotgun.
So someone,
it's even
so
worse. Yeah,
Someone
no, like-
that was driving sat at the stop sign waiting for her.
Yeah, like makes the whole thing worse, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's not that she parked it there and got out. So I guess the driver was a bitch, and so was her friend, who was a bitch.
I mean-
because bitches.
I guess like assholes attract assholes, so
Jam's about to fight a bitch.
I would have cut her.
which is
would've
funny
been-
I'm
because
from Jacksonville.
which would've
I
been
would have
fucking
cut
hilarious.
I would have cut her.
Like I would pay money to see that shit.
You don't mess
Hey,
with Jacksonville people.
Real quick.
What?
By the way, Mr. Patrick Jeffries, yes, I will say his full name, is our 270th.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
He's an old childhood friend.
Yeah, he's the guy that. He's one of the guys that
Was
got on
involved
his-
in the cat.
the cat. Oh, yeah, he was not involved. He was the main
He was
player.
the thrower.
So as soon as he listens to our podcast, he's gonna
gonna
immediately
unsubscribe.
fucking
Oh no,
Oh, God,
no!
no,
He was
no.
laughing. He just sent me a text message. So you got some details fucked up, but it's funny.
My sister was the same way with the Alaska where my dad had to cut down the helicopter pad. Apparently, I got every detail wrong except for the part where they had to cut down the trees for the
But
helicopter.
the thing is,
I mean, that's the main
how
point
do
of
we,
the story, though.
How
so.
do we know that she didn't get all the details wrong?
Because Tommy has an amazing memory, and I don't.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
for
I
sure.
have an amazing memory too. I still get
No.
shit wrong all
No,
the time.
she
Absolutely not.
remembers
Yeah.
the weirdest facts from way
Like,
back in the day.
She's
like,
a savant for sure.
I would say something about sharks or something like, "Oh yeah, Shark Week's gonna be on," and all of a sudden she read the whole. She'll be like, "Oh, did you know that sharks blah 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 everything about them from like books she read like one time a long time ago."
Yeah, it's a triggered memory.
She does
Oh yeah,
for sure.
ridiculous.
Either way,
But either way, bitches, man.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I hope that car crashed, and no one else got hurt but them. I'm that vindictive.
No, she's like, I hope she crashes and she loses all of her fingers.
Yeah.
That's
I was like-
actually
I was
yeah.
like,
That's
That is very specific.
Well, when you're in the wrong, you don't flip people off.
Yeah, and
because you're the one in the wrong.
that
I'm
happens all the
sorry.
time. Like, I'll get fucking
So
cut
you
off in
don't
traffic or
you
something.
don't
The guy
deserve
that-
your fingers.
I'll get cut off in traffic and honk the horn. And the guy who cut me off flips me off, and I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I don't understand why people like their first reaction to them being wrong is to get indignant with you.
Yeah, well, I mean, people just can't admit that they're wrong. A lot of people are just like,
That is-
no,
that is
everything
true.
I do is right all the
I
time.
mean,
And
look
no,
at
it's
everything
not. Like,
right now. In
I'm
our
the
world.
best
Same
driver.
thing.
Everybody else sucks.
yeah, right. That's everyone's opinion.
No, I'm
Oh,
not. I'm not a good driver.
No, I know. That's
But-
why I drive. And I'm not a good driver either, probably.
Well, you're,
But
it's
if
safer
I
because you don't
cut
take apart the car. While
That's also
driving.
true. Yeah.
if I cut people off, I say sorry. I don't fucking.
Yeah, I think that's just gonna be
Flip
my
a
no
bird at
go-to. Like, I'm gonna cut someone off and be like, "I'm more important than you. Fuck off, bitch."
Well, that happened in California because we had that horrible curb when coming out of our condo. Was it a condo?
Condor.
Wherever we were staying in San Diego when we lived there.
Mm-hmm.
And you couldn't really see because all the cars are parked on the side.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
see the little blue
Whatever.
little bug, Volkswagen bug. And it was a little old lady driving or whatever. So I ended up cutting her off, almost getting hit. And then I was like, she pulled up next to me, all upset. I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Like, and she felt better, and she went along, and she didn't stay mad the whole time.
Yeah, right. Like, you're
Because
not
it was my fault.
you're not
I
doing
didn't see her.
anything better by like being a dick and then being defensive of your dickness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and also like when people like accidentally cut you off and stuff, there's a very, very good chance they didn't do it on purpose.
Maybe.
I mean, most of the time,
Sometimes.
yeah. Except
No,
for like
it's-
when we make eye contact.
Yeah. And
No,
they
I
do
mean,
it anyway.
I mean, there's like when you do it on purpose, you can kind of tell. But like,
Most
I mean,
of the
there.
time.
I mean, that was a big problem with my dad. Like his road rage. Like people would like accidentally cut him off, and he'd like literally follow them, follow down the road. Like
That's a
he's
little
like, he
extreme.
did that on fucking purpose. I was like, no, he didn't.
That happened to that happened to me, right?
I
Some
don't
guy-
follow people.
We were in Sierra Vista,
I get
right?
upset.
And that guy like wouldn't fucking merge over.
Oh yeah.
Right? So like we're in a 2-lane road, and the 2-lane road goes to 1 lane.
Yeah.
And I was just cruising along, and this dude like was driving. He ended up driving in like the opposite lane.
It was weird.
Because like no matter what, he had to get in front of me. There's plenty of fucking space behind me, but he had to get right in front of me.
So he like
And,
totally cuts us off.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean like I pretty much let him in at one
No.
point. I mean my car was faster than his. It would have. I was driving the fucking Genesis Coupe at the time, the V6 one. So like, and he was in like a Honda Civic. So yeah, my car was way faster than his. And
You just pissed off all the Honda Civic fucking fanboys.
I'm about to because there's no such thing as a fast Honda Civic.
I mean there is, but it's not street legal.
There's no replacement for displacement because everything you can do that fucking little 1.6 liter you can do to a 400 cubic inch V8.
Yeah, but
Just saying.
yeah,
but costs.
I agree and disagree all at the same time because the fastest car I've ever seen was like a 10-second Civic, but again, wasn't street legal. It was a
My
7-second Civic.
my boss is McLaren.
Okay, right. Yeah,
It's
there's
different.
a difference. Like that dude could have built 9 Civics for the cost of his 1 McLaren.
Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, it's expensive. It's awesome though.
But it's a McLaren.
I mean, yeah, okay, it's obviously a better car. But anyway, so this dude
Sorry.
like cuts in front of me and like flips me off and like gives me all this shit, and then Like, I was just going home. Like, I wasn't worried
Yeah,
about it or
so
anything
we
like
turn
that.
on the same
so
road.
we turn on the same
and
road
it's
he
dark
does.
roads because
Yeah.
it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and we're just driving down this dark road, and this guy's, like, freaking out.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to follow him and murder him or something like that. He had California plates, too. Key distinction there. And so he's in the backwoods of Arizona with his California plates, and this dude with Arizona plates is just driving behind him. The only
Just
two people
driving.
on this road.
It's not like we were riding on him or anything.
No, I was just driving on the fucking road, right? So he like turns his blinker on and waits for me to turn my blinker on, and then like doesn't turn. Like he's gonna try to throw me off or something, and then like out of nowhere, just
He
like
just
without his blinker,
dives
like
in.
dives into a church
Yeah.
parking lot, and I just drive by, and then he just gets behind me, and like keeps going. And I'm like, dude, I was
No,
going home.
he didn't get behind us. He turned around. So wherever he was going, he missed his street because he was so worried that we would follow him.
Yeah.
So he drove past his street, dived into the church area, and then did a U-turn and went back the other way.
Yeah, like this dude was like so worried that I was gonna go and fucking murder him.
I
that
mean-
he-
Yeah, but no. When I said following, that was not what I meant. I said he's going the same direction. He just like got up on their ass. Like he wasn't literally following them home.
oh,
Well, you know.
Oh, well.
This is not the road rage incident.
no, like.
You
but
never
yeah.
know nowadays, though. You know?
No, some people do that though. Some people
They
will
just
like they
or
will
drive
follow
up
you,
next to you.
They'll, like,
pull
follow
a
you
gun
and
out
then, like,
shoot you. Yeah.
talk shit or shit. That one, we were in a parking lot of a gas station. This dude like, one of them parked bad or something. I don't know. Either way, some dude pulled a gun and I was pumping gas and I was like, that guy really just pulled a gun over a fucking parking dispute.
Yeah,
Absolutely did. Yeah.
he did.
Like if I had mine on me, I probably just would have fucking shot
There
him on
was that
principle.
one story a long time ago.
I bet he pulled a gun on him. I was protecting that guy. I fucking shot that guy.
I guess someone there was a it was a story in the news way back years ago of a doctor who I guess this teenager cut him off, and instead he ended up like driving around her and getting in front and slamming on the brakes and ended up killing her because she ran into him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he went to jail I think over that.
No,
But,
yeah, that's manslaughter.
yeah. So
Like,
calm the fuck down on the roads, guys. Stop cutting each other off. No, just kidding.
or if someone
Or
does,
don't sit at a stop sign at least.
yeah, just like oh my god, you're not the only person on the road.
Yeah.
Damn near everyone in America
I
has
need
a
to
fucking
calm
car.
down half the time too.
Yeah,
I
damn
admit
near-
it. I do it.
Damn near everyone in America has a car, right? And
Sure.
there's tons of people. Like there's 4 million fucking people in the Phoenix metro area. There's a lot of people on the road, and there's a lot of people going to restaurants, right? We're a giant city, so if we're going to get food,
Yeah, I think that was the other problem. I was super hungry, and I'm like, why aren't they going? I want food. I'm starving to death.
Yeah.
Which then I get hangry.
Yeah,
so
say Jam gets a
can
little
help.
hangry every
I
now
do.
and again.
she does.
You gotta feed me, man.
I do too.
Feed me.
I become like a raging asshole when I'm hungry. I'm like, fuck, I just want food.
I do too.
People are like, I'm just gonna take my time and get the fuck out of my way.
Yes,
I
yeah,
want
I
food.
Well-
I don't get angry. I just get quiet, and then people get worried.
I mean, you know.
What's a real bummer though is I didn't get to eat any fucking cheese curds.
I know that was a bummer, but I mean, the
I don't
sushi,
know,
the
and I'm
sushi
hu-
was good though.
And the other problem is I'm hungry again.
Yeah, we ate sushi, right? So now everyone's
I'm
just
like
hungry.
fucking
again.
hungry.
That's the problem with Asian food half the time. It
I
fills
love
you
Asian
up,
food,
It's
but
so
it's
good,
not
but
it doesn't stay
I
with
mean,
you.
I'm not actually hungry, but I ate significantly more than everyone else.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't. I mean, you can't really compare to me. Like,
I mean, you physically can't eat.
yeah, like people are always like. Every time I go to a restaurant now and I get food or something like that, and especially after COVID. Like after COVID, I really wanted to help the restaurant. So normally when me and Jam would just go
True.
somewhere after my weight loss surgery, we would just order the same thing and share it.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I don't want to, like, especially if it's just me and her, like, I don't want to show up to a restaurant and order one meal and you have a table for 2 and the waitress has to deal with that shit. And, like, the restaurant needs some money right now. Maybe I can probably start cooling that off a little bit. So, like, now I get my own food and I eat, like, I don't know, 6 bites of it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, man, that's delicious. And they're like, was everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, it was good. And they're like, are you sure?
You didn't eat it all.
You didn't eat it all. And I'm like, you
And
didn't even eat half of it. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's
And then they
fine.
get confused when you don't want a box.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
too. Like I never box food up. But I do sometimes if I know it'll reheat well later and I'll actually
Asian
eat it
food's
later.
good to take home. Half
Yeah,
the time.
Asian food and mac and cheese, right? Like
Pizza.
yeah, some sandwiches.
Yeah, it depends on the
Yeah, if it's like a French dip, if it's something with like a lot of condiments on it,
No.
then you're not gonna.
Yeah,
it's
right.
not gonna reheat
It's
well.
just gonna get soggy. But like I don't take food home. It bothers
Now
Mama
I
Grape.
suddenly want pizza.
It bothers Mama Grape so much.
Oh.
Though.
Well,
Like,
they grew up in the time that you didn't waste anything.
well, she didn't.
Well,
I mean, okay, so
their parents did.
yeah,
'Cause
Grandmama
Grandma
and
never-
Grandpapa Grape grew up during the Depression, right, in World War II and shit like that. So yeah, they absolutely.
Well, just like my grandma never throws anything away either. I
Yeah.
don't know how many tubs of mold she has in her fridge, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm just
No, I mean, when my grandmother in Arkansas passed away, like we went to the house and like she had like 7 full-size freezers,
yeah.
just like stocked with fucking like, you know, turkeys and hams and chickens and.
Anytime there's like sales at the grocery store, they buy like
Yeah,
all of it.
I mean, she's from Arkansas, so like every time, like she'd go to Walmart all the time, and like as soon if there was something like that was on deep discount, she'd just buy it and put it in the freezer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we don't need to do that anymore.
No, you don't. But
There are very few people in America, especially if you're listening to us, chances are you're not in a situation where you're seeking food all the time. Like where you have to worry about when your next meal is happening. And I don't know, like there's still that weird thing. I think the worst thing we ever told anybody in the world is you have to clean your plate off.
Well, because now we just overeat.
Yeah, now we just overeat.
Especially
and-
with our American portion sizes. Holy hell, man. How are you going to finish a giant plate of, like, you know, it's like
Yeah.
a Frisbee size.
yeah, we serve family-sized meals to individual people.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God, that's
I mean,
Ridiculous.
a lot of.
I know
like,
I
most,
can't finish
most
it.
countries, like, I mean, the idea of eating family style around here, like, especially when you go out to restaurants, is fucking foreign to people.
oh yeah.
Like-
Yeah, or they just put one giant ass plate of food on the table and everyone picks from it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, most countries, that's a very common way of
Eating.
eating, especially when you go out. Like, it's just like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
like, we're
when there
family.
are there's a couple of restaurants in Phoenix, mostly Italian places that do family style meals, and like
Sometimes.
PF Chang's used to do it. They don't do
That's
it
true.
anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
No, they have like individual. I mean, me and you
But
will
it's
still
smaller,
order one and get it. But
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them that do it, they do a family style meal, but they still serve people individual servings. Like
Yeah.
they still come out with like each individual plate. Like a lot of them don't do like actual, you know, here's
there's
the bowls of shit. Like eat, pick what you want. Like
well, no, they do that in man, there's a Italian restaurant over in the Arrowhead Plaza. We never actually went there. It's like Buca di Beppo or something.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I see that.
They I know it sounds like super racist, but
It
that's
does,
actually the name of the place.
No,
It's like,
apparently,
all right,
apparently it's
can we-
actually really good.
Yeah, but they do family style portions, right? You get like, you know, you pick out what you want out of the menu, and they just bring it out in one big old fucking plate and hand you your little plates, and you just spoon out what you want.
Yeah. I some restaurants do smaller portions, which I'm grateful for. Like,
Oh, yeah.
what do we go for breakfast all the time? First Watch.
First Watch. Yes.
They're actually nice sizes, and I'm like, I can actually finish this.
So
It's
did
great.
Snooze.
Yeah, Snooze.
Yeah,
is
Snooze doesn't
pretty-
load you down too much. You just get way too wrecked on mimosas when you go there.
That's well, I mean, those pineapple mimosas. Holy shit!
Brunch skunks.
If you go to Snooze in Arizona, definitely get the pineapple ones.
They're all over the place,
Delicious.
actually. They're not just in Arizona.
Oh,
There's a bunch in Texas and Colorado and California.
well, there you go. All you Texans, Californians, and Coloradans.
God damn it.
And
No one knows
Arizonans.
what a Coloradans is.
Go out to Snooze and get those pineapple mimosas.
Yeah, but you see it sometimes too. And man, some of the meals like we come up with now too. Like, you ever gone to a breakfast place and like the one place we went to was
Breakfast poutine.
oh, yeah,
Oh.
OEB, and I got that like
It was
it
so
was like
good.
French toast with like
Yeah, we ended up getting breakfast poutine, and you still somehow managed to get something that was like way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right?
True.
and yeah, so I go there and I order whatever the fuck it was
S'mores
like.
French toast.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
s'mores French toast,
But they
right?
use like real marshmallow.
But they
on
use
top.
real marshmallow, and once you caramelize marshmallows, right, it just congeals. It's fucking gross.
So you can't
So,
cut
like,
into it.
Yeah, so it's just like French toast glued to a marshmallow patty, and it was,
It was kind of like being glued to the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man after he exploded.
yeah, right. Like, and it was just
I don't know why I imagine that perfectly in my head.
I legitimately think I might have taken like 2 bites out of it. I was like,
I watched
No, that was
someone else
gross.
at
No,
a different table. This girl had it too, and like she's like stretching the fork out, like what? How?
No,
what?
no.
How?
Yeah, no, I saw you you removed like the entire.
I think
like,
I just like
marshmallow
pushed all the
layer.
marshmallow off, and just ate regular ass French toast because I was like, this is
It's fucking
God, yeah.
disgusting.
I mean, and
Gross.
that was like when I had breakfast poutine, and it was like,
It was still
Yeah, like-
too much, man.
I mean, it was.
It was good.
And it's not something I would eat
All
very
the
often.
time.
Well,
but,
it's not something you could eat there. Jesus, you'd die.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it was
yeah,
very
I mean,
decadent.
yeah, I mean, you had it was like duck fat
Yeah.
fried potatoes and like
With the cheese
It's like,
curds
yeah,
and
cheese
the
curds
gravy
and-
and
It was a little too pretentious for me.
it was delicious.
Though I do eat strawberry shortcake.
oh, the
fucking
strawberry shortake pancakes.
pancakes.
that
My
snooze.
God, those things are
Man, when
glorious.
we went this morning, the Yolk Cafe.
They were bad.
Oh, they were good.
I had s'mores waffles. They had a s'mores waffle.
Oh, yeah, but
and
they
used marshmallow fluff, so it wasn't like congealed like the State Puff. And so it was really it wasn't too sweet either. It was like I could eat the marshmallow and the graham cracker and the chocolate.
I had, what did I have?
Really
I had
good.
caramel apple.
Strudel.
Is that? Oh, it's a caramel apple
waffle.
strudel waffle. So they just had like caramelized apples and like some graham cracker crumbles on it.
I'm just not a huge fan of sweet stuff in the morning.
I usually am not either, but
I mean, every once in a while I like it, but I usually like stuff like some like strawberry crepes or something like that. Like
Benedict's, man, I'm a Benny fiend.
yeah, I love Benedict's.
Like you could, I mean, honestly, you could probably just put a poached or fried egg on anything, and I'd enjoy it.
I don't really like breakfast food, so I prefer the sweeter things.
You're just wrong.
See, mine is like
Wrong.
the ultimate. Like, I'm probably gonna die young. I just get like a breakfast sandwich,
You're already old though.
and I get a
Can't die young if you're already old.
and I get a energy drink, and I'm like, this is a breakfast of champions right here, and I'm good to go.
I don't think that is true.
You know, you're not good to go ever if that's your lifestyle.
It's only
I don't know. I was
every other morning. No, I'm just kidding.
I was referring to the breakfast of champions. I don't think champions are eating your energy drink.
I mean, it depends on what you're the champion of.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I mean,
that
the
is
sumo
true.
champion might.
True.
The sugar, like blood sugar count. Like
No. I get sugar-free ones. Actually, I have very low my blood sugar is
Like-
just fine because I
Like
don't
if,
eat a lot of
If
it.
you're in the running for the fattest person in the world,
Yeah, maybe.
well, no, then you probably drink like 4 energy drinks and like eat 6 sandwiches.
Yeah, but I also get, like I said, I get the sugar-free, no-calorie ones. I mean, it's just really just fucking pure caffeine at that point.
Vitamin B12.
Vitamin B12, caffeine, and niacin. Why? Because we needed a third one.
Was it taurine that's
And
in some
yeah.
energy drinks in the state of California? At least when I lived there, they could arrest you for having too much of it in your system.
Really?
Yeah. So if you drank like a bunch of energy drinks and were driving, I mean, the odds that it was ever enforced are fucking minuscule. But
Still fucking
yeah, that sounds like
stupid.
one of those like after the fact type things. Like yeah, like we arrested you for like going 100 miles an hour over the speed limit and you didn't have your seatbelt on. Like
yeah, it's just it's just a fuck you on top of the already bullshit situation you're in.
yeah.
Unless, I mean, if you are driving 150 miles on the freeway, then like don't
Yep.
do that. Like that's just dangerous.
At least wear your seatbelt.
I really don't give a shit if you ever wear your seatbelt, right? Like if you fly out of a car and die,
Well,
whatever.
The problem is,
is
usually
if you-
when you're flying out of your car, it's because you rammed into someone and you're flying through their car
Yeah,
and you kill the people in the
that's
car.
true. We just need to make a windshield stronger, so like you just
flinging your
splat
body
against
at
the
'em.
windshield.
They can't.
Why?
You're going to make me go in the weeds here?
No, you can just high level.
It's because
Okay.
you know.
The small detail is government wants cars to be better fuel efficient, so they got to be lighter. So therefore, windshields are getting thinner and thinner. Like we have just service actions all the time on just replacing windshields because they're fucking like paper thin and they just shatter when they look at it. When you see a rock, you like driving down the road, hey, look, a rock, crack. What the fuck?
Well, that's everywhere here.
Yeah.
That's all. We're the state of rocks.
Exactly.
So-
Yeah. We have a glass company. We do almost $2 million a year
Wow.
with them because it's just we're replacing
Windshields. all the
windshields
time,
that are
yeah.
fucking paper thin.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's very, very little grass in Arizona to begin with, and especially when you're in Phoenix, like.
Yeah.
All I can think of when I
rock
say
everywhere.
just hear glass like windshields is just Safe Light, the Safe Light jingle.
Oh yeah. No, they're doing well here for sure.
Oh yeah, this-
Absolutely.
you should pull the little thing on your chair out a little further so it stops creaking when you go back. Thank you.
Well, maybe he wanted it to sound like a rocking chair.
Nope, maybe your chair's just all. We got to replace your chair with a non-squeaky chair.
You're taking away all my sources of noise.
Yes.
I got you thinking, Putty.
That is literally the point.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna bring my rebuild my little tiny left arm putty because this one's like kind of little and pathetic. I don't like it.
I mean, I can
You
get you a
should
bigger one.
You
And
should
it
get
like sticks to me. It's weird.
Doesn't stick to you. No sticky. Yeah, pull it out. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so tough. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh god, I broke my hand.
I did.
Well, you could always get your fidget cube out,
No, God,
but
that
then
thing
it'll
makes
be
noise.
clicking all the time.
Like, look, it's like.
Do you want a big one?
No.
Maybe you just don't know how to handle it.
I mean, I can
right.
get you a mega one. They have like a 3-pound one.
I would just be like, nah. You know? Look like
Be
a
like
kneading
this-
dough.
No,
Be
because
like
you
the
get the
Stay
big
Puft
one.
Marshmallow Man.
You get the big ones, and he just like he would just have air bubbles in it, just popping all the time. So like,
Yeah, probably.
He'll find a way.
He would probably just be the asshole to roll it out flat and then like just fold it over and be like,
You know,
Just like I'm kneading fucking dough.
Nick finds a way. No,
Spitting it up in the air. We're talking. So how you doing today?
like pizza.
Oh, shit.
I used to be able to do that, and then I stopped working at a pizza place, and I can't do that anymore.
I don't think I ever could.
Also, working at a pizza place is really shitty.
I bet.
Working in any food is shitty. That's why
That
I'm
is
always
true.
nice to food people.
Always, oh my dear God, always be nice to food people.
We've
like-
we've gone over that. Yeah.
Yeah, still, it's
Still relevant.
always needs to be said. Like,
Just in case you forgot out there, be nice to your food people.
yeah. Also,
They're handling your food.
also,
There is that.
yeah, that too.
like,
Like,
just be nice to anyone that's handling anything.
Why don't you just be
I mean,
nice
just
to people?
stop being a dick. Like,
Unless you're that fucking cunt at the stop sign.
she said it, not me. It's okay.
So
The mouth on her. No.
oh, she said the C word.
Man, when I was
Jam,
at,
you're going to get me too'd.
maybe I'm part Australian. You don't know.
yeah, I was gonna say when I was in Australia, that word came out so much, and I was like, I am uncomfortable.
That is actually a uniquely, like, bad word here in America.
Yeah.
Like, it,
Yeah.
everywhere else. Like, what you watch Shaun of the Dead, you know, he just says
That's
it with,
true.
would you like some dry, you know, you're like, whoa, you can just say that? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, here it is uniquely.
You can't say that.
Well, we have a weird thing on profanity here anyway. Like
Yes.
a lot of other places in the world don't. Like, you ever
Well-
watch like British news or something like that,
True.
and they're covering something, they're like, "Oh fuck, shit, god damn it."
Oh,
like-
God damn it, that.
Yeah, like, well, no, if
God save the fucking queen.
yeah,
Bloody
like,
hell.
well, like, I
Oh, bloody
remember,
hell.
I remember when I think it was the Afghanistan war was going on, and the Brits came down to back us up, and there was like. It was on BBC or something like that, and they were like, "Oh yeah, here's the British soldiers and breaching and taking out some Taliban," and like blew up, and they're like, "Oh, let's get the fuck in there," and like didn't bleep it out at all, and I was just like, "Whoa, they could
Yeah.
say that on their TV."
Well, it's like
It's almost like they
The
know
movie
people are
Mallrats,
hearing
right?
it anyways.
you watch Mallrats on American TV, and they cut out the fake double nipple woman. 'Cause
Oh,
she's
yeah,
the
yeah.
topless fortune teller. But I saw it on Canadian TV. I was like, they showed that? It's fucking noon. Like, no, most countries don't care. We're prudes.
We are.
oh,
fucking
we are. No,
100%.
Americans are
It's
prudes.
almost like everyone else in the world knows that people are gonna fucking hear or see shit anyways. So just
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
We're
I don't know.
prudes.
I
The
don't
problem is
think we could possibly be the only country in the world with like
Oh no.
overprotective parents.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean
don't
they're,
think
they're,
so.
There's-
they're always
there's
overprotective about
others.
something. It's just different in each country.
Yeah.
maybe.
Australia has some crazy ones. Like, certain games are just
I mean,
not
a lot of-
allowed there.
a lot
Oh
of-
yeah, violence. for
A lot of
them.
Arabic places, women can't like they have to dress
Oh, it's funny
without
when
showing any skin.
when we were
so-
in Dubai. If you go to like the music stores there and stuff, they have like CDs out and shit like that. And okay, so sorry, refrain. Back in the day, you used to buy music on these little discs.
Wait,
And-
that was back in the day?
yeah, I probably
But if
actually
you go
have to
back to
explain this now.
ancient day, they were on these things called cassettes. No, I'm just kidding.
If you go back even further to prehistoric times, there are things called
still-
records.
I still do
Vinyl.
sometimes.
So yeah,
Jesus Christ.
so
I hate all of you. I'll let you know.
Listening to my cassette player inside the telephone booth.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
My dad
cell
had-
phone
outside of
booths.
Blockbuster.
You know, I always used to. My dad always made the joke when like I'd ask where the bathroom is. He'd be like next to the phone, and usually he was right. Like wherever the phone was, the bathroom was there.
Well,
Because restaurants used to have phones,
yeah, like payphones.
payphones, and then
Yep.
like I thought about it, there just are no payphones anymore. Like they're all gone.
We don't need them.
There is one.
We got pocket ones.
I saw one in Sierra Vista.
It's Sierra Vista, yeah, that makes sense.
It was in like there was a government building there. In
Oh
town.
well, it was the government, of course.
It's like the
They're like
it wasn't
technology
the
behind
like a welfare
and
office.
everything.
It was like the Social Security office, kind of like all that. All
Oh, the
in one.
DES office? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Department of Economic Security.
Oh,
so
was it?
it's
Oh, okay. I wasn't
yeah.
sure what it was. I thought it was
welfare, unemployment.
Yeah.
WIC,
Okay.
all that shit.
Yeah. They had a payphone right outside of it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they got to have some payphones.
I don't know
'cause
if it worked, but
no,
it was there.
Superman won't have anywhere to change.
We'll talk about a rundown
where's Superman
fucking
gonna
building
change?
too.
Yeah, dude, Sierra Vista.
Like
and
all
the
no,
government.
but what's funny is all around that it's not that bad, really.
You had the Pizza Hut
that
Bistro,
one-
man, like one of the last ones in the country.
Oh my god, I used to love those places.
Yeah, there's
yeah.
there's like the one with the actual sit down menu, and yeah, like
It has like the buffet every like couple days. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. I never actually went there. I ordered pizza from there, but I never actually walked into that
I used
place.
to go to when I visited my grandmother in Arkansas. Like there's a Pizza Hut Bistro, and like every like Tuesday and Thursday they had a buffet, and it was like all you could eat pizza. And for some reason they had a salad bar, even though no one ate fucking salad. But
we just had to have
There's
it.
still one in Green Cove Springs, Florida, as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's.
Huh. I
I'm
wonder
sure
if it
there's
just
some-
has
there's
something
some
to do
just
with
scattered all over the
meth.
place.
Possibly.
Like wherever there's meth, there's a Pizza Hut Bistro. I mean, Arkansas, Green Cove Springs, Sierra Vista.
I mean, there's meth everywhere, but
Yeah, but like really prevalent in meth. Man, we were driving across country and we drove through Amarillo, Texas. And I've never been to Amarillo, Texas because I try not to go to Texas. But every fucking billboard I saw there was like anti-meth billboards. Like, meth? Not in my state. No meth here. Get your meth out of Texas. And I'm like, you guys have a serious meth problem.
You gotta have fucking signs to lie to people that you don't have meth.
Yeah, like,
You got a problem.
keep
Yeah.
your meth out. Like,
I think a billboard, anything that's on a billboard other than like
Like
where
a
where a
shopping
where
center?
a restaurant is or where like where a shopping center is always ridiculous to me. Like
Here's my thing about.
Yeah, like
I've always
move to
wanted-
Jacksonville. No.
like who's gonna be driving by this sign and be like, I should move to Jacksonville.
I mean, the
No one.
billboard says so. I should totally do it.
See, what I always wondered is like we've all seen meth heads, right?
yes.
I'm pretty sure we all
I
have.
mean,
I don't
Yeah.
even look at me.
Missing
Sure.
teeth, super thin, running
Twitchy.
around. What part of that makes you go, I think I'll try that?
So I was talking
Like,
to,
you look at them, you're like, no.
I was talking to,
Makes you feel good.
I was talking to,
guess.
I was talking to someone who was stabbed my arm a shit ton of times yesterday, and she said that she went to her dealer one time and thought she bought coke. She spent like $80 on like a little baggie of coke, and it was actually meth.
Jesus
And
Christ.
she was like, I was so bitched up. She's like, I paid all that money for meth. She's like, I don't want meth. Like, I want a coke. I was
one
like,
of the
yeah.
fancier version.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah, I mean, meth is just trashy. Like, you can
I
still
want to
be
be
a
like
fairly...
Scarface.
Cocaine ain't much better.
You can still be... Look at Congress. You can be on
Well,
cocaine and be
okay.
successful.
I mean, cocaine's a high.
One of my
considered a high class
favorite.
drug.
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Like the beginning of Wolf of Wall Street, fucking Matthew McConaughey's character and the whole cocaine
I mean,
thing.
they're all
It's
doing
great.
cocaine
It was
and-
fucking
I
funny.
mean, like-
Cocaine
though.
out of a woman's ass.
Like, if you're doing cocaine, like, I just feel like when you're snorting it through, like, a straw or, like, a rolled-up Hyundai or something like that, you got to have your pinky out. Like, when you're doing meth, you're doing it behind a dumpster, like, with a
Remember,
burnt-ass
pinkies out,
pen.
ladies and gentlemen.
Like, no, it's... Meth is bad. I'd be perfectly okay with them legalizing cocaine.
I would be okay with them legalizing most drugs.
I think
they
we should
could
just
do it
like
for
stick
all
with
of 'em.
marijuana for a little while. And
Why do I care if you're
Yeah.
hurting yourself?
Was it Colorado?
Stop saving me
and-
from my self-laws. I hate
Yeah,
those.
I'm with you on that.
I think
I'm
Colorado
perfectly
and
fine.
Oregon maybe legalize shrooms.
I think
Oregon legalized
Oregon,
everything.
Everything.
There
Oh
was-
yeah, that's right.
There
Yeah,
was
you can go buy
a
cocaine.
Well, not legalized. They
Well, they
decriminalized.
decriminalized.
it.
They won't
yeah.
arrest you if you have it. It's still like illegal to buy and sell, but
there was a study done that it helps if the psilocybin.
yeah,
Got it.
yes.
Psilocybin.
Psilocybin.
It's
the mushrooms.
it helps with
Repairing neurons and
PTSD and all that.
yeah.
Yeah, just like one time, and it lasts for like months. The
Yeah.
repairs
Plus,
for your neurons. And
you
stuff.
also get to be on shrooms.
Is it DMT?
Molly. Yeah.
Yeah, DMT is apparently one that is very helpful as well.
They do. Not DMT.
Know enough about it.
Molly's not DMT.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't
It's
remember.
like I read this thing. You might want to look
mean,
it up before you
I
just
don't
go
do
do a
it.
bunch of it.
I just
but
remember.
My drug is
I just
alcohol,
remember Dare
so-
telling me that everything was bad.
that's true.
Dare.
I
Oh my
was in
god.
Dare too.
Dare.
to
you
keep
know.
kids off
What's
of
the
drugs.
gateway?
except it
What's
never
the gateway
did.
to drugs? Dare.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
Well, it teaches you all about them.
yeah, like
And-
I had no idea marijuana even existed until Dare
Right.
was like, marijuana's bad. It's like, I want to try marijuana.
yeah, pot is bad. What's it do? It makes you like focus on shit super intentively, and
That's like the Dewey Cox scenes. Like, it's like what does that do? It just
It
makes
makes your
you
dick
feel
hard.
good, man.
You don't want none of this shit.
Nah,
What's
man.
it do? It makes your dick hard.
D, I won't do drugs. A, won't have an attitude. R, I will respect myself. And E, I will educate me now on what these drugs actually do through this program.
like they did.
The only class I actually took notes in high school.
There was a whole song we had to do in a rap. There's a rap part of that song.
So wait. What do drug dealers look like? Oh yeah, shoes hanging from the. Shoes hanging from the power lines.
you
That's
can-
where I find them.
And you can find them usually where? Hanging out.
You said cash only,
that was
right?
pretty much a class to teach you
They-
where and how and
They did.
What it does.
They did a whole shit ton of studies on Dare, right? Like on what its
Oh, it
effect was.
failed.
No, and
Oh, yeah, for
its
sure.
effect entirely was it increased the usage of drugs in young teens and adults. like,
true story.
oh god, good
Yeah,
job.
yeah, it was an absolute failure from almost the beginning.
Yeah,
What do you gotta think? I never thought about it until I had that weird Dare cop come in. And I'm like, oh, drugs. Huh, okay.
Yeah, he's like, look what our dog can do. He
I don't-
found drugs.
I don't know why after all these, like all of history, we haven't figured out that if you tell, especially like middle-aged children and teenagers,
Oh yeah.
to
Impressionable
not do
kids.
something,
They're kind of
Oh,
they're
that's
gonna
true.
want to immediately fucking do
That's
it.
true. Don't do that. Well, I'm rebellion. I'm gonna go do that.
What's
Yeah.
amazing is people are still fucking surprised when it happens. I don't get that. Don't do that. That is very bad.
I told my kid
Why?
would never have sex, never have sex,
But
and he got
guess what?
3 girls pregnant.
When I was, but
But when I was your age, I was fucking everybody.
I mean, it was the 70s, and
Free love. man.
Cocaine was prevalent.
well, so was pot and all other kinds of things. Free
There's
love,
nothing
man.
wrong with pot,
Free love.
man.
No, there isn't.
I love pot. It's awesome.
As long as you're over the age of 21, because now you can do it legally here,
In Arizona, yeah. They just passed up to the Senate.
Oh,
which
did
is
they?
perfectly fine. You can put
To
an
the
age.
United States, or
Yes.
oh, good.
Yes.
They need to legalize that. That one's fucking stupid.
It should be like alcohol.
Yeah,
As long as
Yeah.
you're 21.
it's about
I don't
as
even think
potent
alcohol
as
should-
alcohol.
I don't even. It's less. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah,
ever,
I get way.
you ever driven
way
with a high
higher.
person?
No.
Yeah,
I legitimately was in a car with my buddy when I was in high school, and he was stoned off of his fucking ass, and he was sitting in front of a stop sign waiting for it to turn green.
That's a good point.
Like, he was the most cautious person. He refused to ever go above the speed limit, stayed in the lines perfectly, like, ample time to brake. It was the easiest drive I'd ever been on, except for I had to remind him that stop signs don't turn green.
Yeah.
Like,
Stop signs don't turn green. That one just did.
I
What?
probably have been. The number 270 probably I had.
I
been
mean, you
in
already
his
said his
car.
fucking name
I
in
know.
this episode.
Yeah, Pat's probably was. Yeah, no, actually, I'm pretty sure most of my friends were.
Oh, yeah.
Probably. I mean, I never did it. I'm
Right.
not a big into it.
Totally.
I mean, well,
Definitely.
I am.
one here,
'Cause
but
it's fucking cool.
maybe I just never had one that worked for me. You know, I had anything that worked for me. I have no
Well,
idea. But
buying pot now, the first time I ever walked into a dispensary, right? Like, I don't know why I was super nervous. Probably have ridiculous anxiety problems, but I was like super nervous when I went into the dispensary,
well,
right? Because it's like, I'm walking into a place where my entire life I've had to buy these on shady ass fucking street
Well,
corners
yeah.
and shit like that. And now I
We've been
just walk.
traumatized by our drug laws.
Yeah, right. And
Well, it's like anything.
and
yeah.
back when we got weed, it was like, hey, you got weed? Yeah, I got weed. What kind of weed is it? Weed. Okay,
know-
cool. I'll take some. And now it's like, yeah, here's all the strains and their different effects and how they're good
Yeah, it went
for
fr-
and their
it went-
THC
It
contents.
went
And I'm
from
like,
sneakily got weed to like got
A
milk but
menu.
for weed.
yeah, like I have a menu to select from weed now. And if I don't like the menu at one place, I can go to another place and check out their menu. And I'm like, this is insane.
That's part of my problem. Why I never really got into it. I mean, it's
Yeah, 'cause
I've
you
been
never know what you're
told
getting.
my whole life
It's bad, right?
it's this worst, horrible thing, right? And I know it's not.
It's bad. I'm good.
But it's been illegal everywhere I've ever
Okay.
lived, except for here. And it's like, well, I got beer. But
Well, there's it's like the people who are super religious or whatever, and they're told sex is bad all the time, and then they don't know what to do when they can actually do it. They're like, oh, I'm married now. What do I do? How does this work?
that's why they always
I
have
don't know.
a shit ton of kids.
Or they have anxiety problems, or
yeah, or they can't have
they're
sex
like,
at
I
all because
can't.
they can't.
This
like,
is bad. I can't get naked. It's bad. I can't do it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to
that's-
shift
that's-
subjects on this one because I'm going to get in trouble. So,
But it's kind of true, man.
I don't know. All sheltering people ever does is just,
makes them.
yeah, it just makes them more inclined to do it. Or you
Or
prepare them.
so afraid to do it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
one of the
or they're
two. You're
terrified.
over terrified.
Yeah, they're either going to rebel against you or they're going to listen to you, right? And like, I'm sorry, you cannot tell your child that sex is bad. You made your fucking child through sex, most likely.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell anyone something's bad. Just teach them about it and like
How to be responsible.
and help them do it safely. Like
See,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you hide all these I know I've said this before, but you hide all these teenagers having sex and stuff like that, and you're like, no, teenagers can't have sex. Bitch, you were fucking taking dick in the parking lot. Like,
I mean, it was the 70s. No,
I was getting my dick sucked in the school parking lot when I was fucking 17. Thanks, Jam.
Yep.
but
Like,
I don't know what you
when
want me to say to that.
that always
Sure.
bothered me
you're welcome.
was.
Would be nice. A little bit of gratitude, maybe.
You know, don't
Wow,
on.
I think.
I
I
mean-
think.
I think
wait,
you should have the gratitude.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
but
reciprocate.
in the high school parking lot.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I was in the car in the high school parking lot.
But
I mean, we did get locked in too.
We did, yeah. Yeah, we did that. They closed the gates and we were still fucking hanky panky in the back of a truck.
And we had to like run over a curb to get out, but
Oh
good
no.
times.
Not
We're like, we're
curb.
stuck in the parking lot. Oh,
I just
yeah.
never understood religion calling it sin. Like, this is original sin.
Oh no,
No,
the sex is an
original
original
sin.
sin.
I mean, original sin was eating the apple.
Yeah.
Remember we talked
Oh,
about
yeah,
this
that's
evil
true.
snake woman.
And that's
Oh,
why you
yeah.
get baptized now, right?
But
Because
yeah,
so
everyone's
you're like-
born with original sin, and then you fucking dunk a
So-
baby in water, and
So what
suddenly
you're saying is every innocent,
okay
every
now.
child that is born, right, who's done nothing. He's
Yeah.
just come out of the womb. He,
original
she-
sin, yes.
If they,
Unless you baptize them
Therefore-
Catholic.
Therefore, they are just evil.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
unless
why-
you.
That's so fucking
That's why.
No,
that's
bad,
why
so,
dude.
like, if
That's
a-
why the game Dante's Inferno has like it's just like half
Yeah.
the enemies in that are just like fucking devil babies.
because if the baby dies before it's baptized, then it goes to limbo.
That's
So-
fucked up.
Yeah,
like
no, well, okay, come on, dude.
fucking
goes to-
religion is
it
just
goes- it
fucked
goes to
up. I'm
Religion
sorry.
is the biggest Ponzi scheme you've ever heard, right? They regulate you. The Pope says you can't have condoms. Why? So you
'Cause
can
they
make
make more
more baby
babies, yeah.
Catholics. Like, if you're so uptight with the
Look,
church that you
and
won't
think-
wrap your dick up
Think
for
about
sex,
way
then-
back in the day too, with the kings and whatever. It was an easy way to control the population, and secondly, man, they did a lot of horrible, fucked up stuff back in those
Oh, they were
times.
fucked
Oh, yeah.
up.
So yeah, evil babies. Why not?
Well, I mean, I mean, a lot of this stuff, like the one that's really fucked up to me is the suicide thing. Like, if you're a Catholic and you commit suicide, you literally can't.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
get
be
out.
yeah.
buried in like a Catholic cemetery.
Oh no,
Like,
No,
absolutely
yeah.
not.
they pretty much teach your family to like shun you. If you
Yeah,
if
they
you commit
refuse to
suicide.
address the issue that caused you to do
Well,
that.
I mean, that's everyone with mental health.
Yeah.
Jesus. Like,
Oh, I know.
I was talking to an old high school friend, right? Because I just needed to reach out to somebody that is not in my group to talk about some stuff, right? Like, I've talked to all
Well,
you guys.
sometimes you gotta
Yeah,
go outside.
I talk to you guys
Find
of how
some
I feel
people.
and stuff like that, and sometimes I want to talk to somebody else, and she's been a friend of mine for ever. Like, since I started high school, me and her have been friends. Jam and her have been friends from fucking Girl
Way
Scouts.
before that.
Like,
She was in my elementary school.
yeah. So like, they've known each other forever, and you know, I've known her for. She's the only person in high school besides Jam that I ever really talked to, and you know, we still text each other. Well, she usually texts me on my birthday, and I say sorry I missed yours because it's sometime in August and mine's in September. I really don't know her birthday. I should ask her that. But
You just call her or text her every day in August.
happy birthday, maybe.
Today? Is
Maybe.
it today?
Happy birthday? Question mark.
Or I could just or I could just text her and ask her, hey, what's your birthday? Like, I feel bad that you always text me on mine and then I never
But what's
text
the
you on
fun
yours.
in that?
But it'd be better to just do
Or
it.
you
Every,
could
just
just-
wish
you
her
can just-
every day happy birthday for
Or
the
you can
entire
just like
month of
type in her
August.
name online and probably find it.
No, she actually has no
Her
social
husband
media
might get
accounts.
angry,
You
though.
don't need a social media
You
account for
don't,
people
yeah.
to find your information.
Yeah, but I
c-
don't know
you
where,
can find
like-
anything you want online.
Yeah,
used
I
to do it
could.
all the
I've just
time.
never digged enough.
That's how I used to do it
Tell,
back in high school
tell
before
Janice
you.
to stalk people.
Yeah.
Also,
No,
like,
100%.
like her husband.
I found so much information on people back in the day. I could have been a private eye, for sure.
But like her husband, he better respect her. I want me coming out there. Fuck that motherfucker up. I'm crazy.
I mean,
Literally.
yeah.
I mean,
Actually, I am.
sure.
Yeah. Respect your women.
Anyway,
Just
Food?
respect the people you're around. Everyone deserves respect, man.
unless you're holding up the stop sign line.
Yeah, then you can.
No, well then you've
Then you've lost your respect. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like there's certain things that you waive your right to respect for, right? Like
And now we found the one person that we talk about. Like, respect everybody except for that one person.
So for that chick,
Well,
what
you
the
know
fuck,
who you
man?
are.
well, okay, so you should definitely like respect people
Well,
as
she
people.
didn't respect our time, so I mean, fucking.
Well, you should definitely respect people as people. Like, right? Everyone
for
out there
sure.
is a person. They're just trying to do their own thing. You should respect their time and let them do whatever they're trying to do, unless they're trying to infringe on the rights of somebody else. Right? That's the only time you should not respect somebody. But respect is different from like memorializing or showing undue gratitude to like all the old motherfuckers out there that think that I should just like
Auto respect.
yeah, like I should just show you more respect than I show anybody else because you're old. No, fuck you, man. Like, if you're a dick to me, I'm gonna be a dick back to you.
I think it's funny that baby boomers like shit on our generation,
Especially mine.
but they're the ones who fucking raised us.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's always made me laugh.
they're so
It's just-
fucked up. Yeah, it's your fault, motherfucker.
It's your fault, dumbass.
I mean, I wasn't raised by a baby boomer. But
Yeah, you were.
I wasn't.
I promise. Well, I will.
I don't
are
think
born
I
Into
was.
the mic,
I don't-
man.
I don't think I was
My
either.
parents were born in '64.
Okay, they're like right.
Oh
at the
no,
end.
well, you got to think me.
64.
That's
really?
right. Yeah.
When are yours?
63.
Yeah, so it's about the same. So you got to.
For a second, I was like, no, they were born in 69. And then I was like, no, that's wrong. It's 63.
You just had 69 on the brain.
69.
Hot dog.
Paul was trying to get some wine.
But no, you got to think. My inexperience.
Okay,
Mama.
so my parents are only a year older than yours.
Yeah, well, Mama and Papa Grape.
Well, parent.
She was.
Well, mine are the same.
Mom
they
was
were-
34 when she
I only
had
have
me.
one.
What? Wait, Aunt Judy is 10 years younger than Mom, and she's still considered a baby
I
boomer.
don't fucking know, man. I can look it up.
Look it up. Look it up.
I said it in the
look
last podcast, but I'm high and I forgot.
No, so my parents were only 1 month apart. Exactly. Like,
My
it
parents
was
were.
June 11, 63 and May 11, 63.
I mean, my parents were, let's say, 3 months apart.
64.
Exactly.
One of them doesn't matter anymore.
64?
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, they would be like the tail end of the baby boomer.
Yeah, 64 is a baby boomer.
Yeah.
Ah.
So, but yeah,
Guess
like,
we are raised by boomers then.
but mom and dad were, they were actually fairly older when they had us. Like, mom was
Yeah.
34.
so my
like,
parents were definitely
Well, when
not,
she had you, she was
not
25.
boomers.
They were
25.
25.
I mean,
No,
even
you just
25
said
for a
I
first
mean,
child.
they may have
Yeah.
physically been boomers, but they were not. They were not. They didn't have the.
No.
Well,
Well,
there's-
our parents really don't either.
Yeah,
right?
there's
I
a
mean,
difference
That's
between
true,
like,
because they were only there for like a year.
Yeah.
I mean, can you...
well, no, I mean,
I'm not an 80s kid, because, I mean, even though I was born
it doesn't
in
matter. You
88,
still, the reason they lump generations together is because there were similar things growing up in that time, right? Like, we're the tech generation. We grew up as technology was expanding. So, like, we're in this weird in between where, like, we remember before all this crazy
Floppy
internet.
disk.
And, yeah, like that. Like,
Macintosh computers.
Yeah, like when you used to have to like order a computer on the phone because you couldn't order a computer on the internet because the internet didn't fucking exist.
Yeah.
It's funny. This site actually says that there's 2 generations of boomers.
Oh,
There's
come on.
Boomers 1 and Boomers 2.
I wouldn't be
Ah.
surprised.
So
Boo.
Boomers 1 is 1946 to 1954, and then Boomers 2 is 1955 to 64.
It makes sense. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Boo.
They just called it 1 and 2. They don't even get their own fucking name.
I think a lot of that is still
Messed
BS.
up, man.
I
I
know
get
we
it.
probably
I do-
talked
I
about it
do too.
before.
I
I just
talk-
think it's all bullshit.
I talk shit about boomers all the
Yeah.
time, but not every person that was born.
Oh no,
in the,
not every person's. You can't just stereotype
yeah, right.
everyone.
The reason that they lump generations together is just because like similar things happened during that ages and people were brought up that way. Like they always talk about millennials, like they're not buying houses, they're saving money all the time, they're super frugal, they're
But that's
causing
not
businesses
true.
to
We bought
close.
so many fucking houses.
Yeah, we bought
Well, you're the exception.
4 houses and shit like
Most
that.
of them are like me, where I've only had one house, or a lot of them don't even have
Well,
a
I mean, the
house.
housing market's built for couples. It's,
Yeah.
it's usually not built for
Yeah,
one
and
That is
households.
true.
marriage
This entire
rates,
world is built for couples.
That's
yeah,
true.
and marriage
Single
rates
people just get fucked.
marriage rates have gone down, and then
True.
you also have to think that like what
We
did millennials
saw so
grew up with?
many, the housing crash.
Yeah, like as we were starting to come of age, right? We watched our parents lose all of their
Their
fucking
stuff.
money. Like
Yeah.
the entire economy went into the shit pit, right? And like everyone was hoarding money and doing all this shit. All right, okay, finally we get over that, right? Now, as soon as we like become the age where we can start buying houses and like moving into shit, what do we get? COVID,
Yeah.
another fucking economic collapse. Like,
Well, it's like with mine, I graduated 99, 2000,
9/11.
then fucking
Oh, yeah,
9/11 hits
9/11.
and just tanks everything,
Yeah, like
It's,
you got to think the
I'm the older millennial, but I guess I'm still, it's so
Yeah.
weird. It's depending on what
if
list
they-
you read.
They want to know why millennials have like so many fucking like.
they're so jaded
So
all the
many
time,
issues,
and it's
like-
like because we've seen so
I mean-
much bullshit.
I mean,
happen.
elementary school, I watched a fucking terrorist attack on live TV
True.
Yeah.
on American soil. And then, I mean, we've gone through multiple fucking
Hell,
economic
all the
crashes,
My
housing
21st
market
birthday.
crashes.
All the shootings in schools, even like
Yeah.
Columbine,
Columbine.
was
Columbine, not Columbine.
Columbo. I'm sorry.
Rambo. I'm
it's really
sorry.
not- I think we
That's
should laugh
Yeah,
at,
we
but-
shouldn't laugh
Anyway.
at Columbine, but
But
yes.
yes.
Call,
It's been
yeah,
it's been
that
long
was
enough.
like
We can
one of
laugh
the
at it.
first mass shootings in a school.
That was what, 18?
In
That wasn't the first, but it
90s?
was a big one.
It was like in the 90s.
It was.
It was
like
one of the
90
first
It
ones.
was-
that
I was
like-
18.
It was one of the first ones that was
Was
like
it?
televised
That's like
24.
18,
Like,
19.
Yeah, that's
live.
true.
Yeah,
It's
well, it
live.
was
like
it was
they were
one
like
of the biggest.
cameras were there when the event was still happening. It was like one of the first times that's happened.
Yeah,
Like cameras,
We've-
cameras
we've-
showed up and like people.
and
were
it
there.
was so.
we've seen some shit.
It was so fucking
yeah,
brutal too.
televisions. I mean,
Like, it was a brutal thing that happened because these dudes just showed up and just started fucking wasting people.
same with
Like,
any of our
Yeah,
televisions.
1999. So
99,
yeah, that was the
yeah.
year I graduated
I
high
remember.
school.
I remember when that happened
Yeah.
because like, mom was watching on the TV and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I just got home from school when it happened.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah, that was bad. Like,
But yeah, so like we grew up with televisions of like, the news being able to broadcast
well, yeah, that's
all
that's
this
the other thing too.
terrible
Is we've
things in the world, and then along with 9/11 and the
Yeah.
housing collapses and the
like I said before in like one of
COVIDs
the last podcasts, like we're so prone to violence now, and it's not because the video games or anything like that. It's because we see it on the news constantly.
And we have a violent government. Look how our government
True.
treats its citizens. Look how our government treats people around the world. Look how our government treats us when you enter the country. It's violent.
Oh my god, entering the country as an American citizen sometimes is insane.
And it's terrifying.
I'll get more questions like
Where are you going? Home.
I can fly into a foreign
Are
country
you sure?
and not have a dog rape my fucking luggage. But I fly into America and I have fucking 2 cops squeezing my fucking luggage bag while a dog's sniffing it. Yeah, I had pot in it, but come on.
Yeah. I had, when we did that last cruise,
Yes.
and we pulled back into California, I was a single guy on a cruise. That dude held me back to question me more.
like, how could you go on a cruise by yourself?
Like, what do you mean? Why aren't you with your family? Well, my family already went through.
You fucking weirdo.
You're by yourself? Like, yeah.
I can
people
enjoy
do
my
that.
time.
Yeah.
Like, you would have thought I fucking, like, walked in with a backpack bomb or something. I mean,
Oh,
this
dude,
dude was,
it was like that
all
when
up
we-
in my shit.
It was like that when he drove back from Canada, right? Because I had
Yeah, I think we
I had California
mentioned
plates, a
this
Florida
once.
license, and I lived
yeah,
in
I remember
Connecticut.
you
Yeah,
said
and
that.
like, oh my god, that guy was about to fucking pull me out of the car and cavity search me or something. I'm like, dude, it's not a hard concept. I'm a goddamn American citizen. Let me the fuck get back into my country.
If America wants to fix part of its violence problem, they need to stop going around the world killing people. They need to stop killing people at home.
You mean policing the whole world?
Yeah,
that
we
would
need
be
to
nice.
stop
We should
policing
stop doing
everybody
that.
here to the point of like where we're just shooting people.
Oh yeah.
You know, we need to stop executing people. I'm sorry. Yes, Texas, I'm against execution. I am against, government people. I'm against the government killing anybody in my name.
You know,
I'm against execution in most cases. There are certain people serial killers and stuff that have been.
No, because we can learn from them. Why would you want to kill that? That's a study case right there.
honestly, yeah, like if you,
They're more important alive than they are dead. It sounds shitty as fuck.
they sit
but,
there for
yeah.
fucking 20 years before they're killed anyways.
it's actually still cheaper for someone to sit with life in prison than it is to execute someone.
Yeah.
Because the amount of appeals that have to go into it, and then the amount of fucking paperwork that goes into it, and them securing the medications for it, which now most drug manufacturers aren't even selling it anymore. So now, someone, I don't remember, maybe fucking Texas or Mississippi or some shit like that, they just authorized firing squads again.
Yeah, which is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, right?
It's gross. It's not right.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah, the older I've actually gotten, the more against it I've become.
Yeah, I've always been
Also,
against it.
the older
It
I've
never
gotten
seemed
too,
right.
the more kind of laid back hippie I've become.
No, I mean,
also.
I think we use it way too much, but I still
absolutely.
think
Yeah.
there's certain offenses and certain people that it should be used
Maybe
on.
like if you're
if you run into
a terrorist, right? If you're Timothy McVeigh and you fucking blew up that building and you killed a shit ton of people and
care.
stuff like that, like
should rot in prison. That's
maybe.
what prisons are for.
I guess.
Look,
Well, okay, that's also true, right? We use prisons for
we use prisons incorrectly. in
we
this
use
country.
prisons as punitive punishment, not rehabilitation centers,
Exactly.
right? Like a prison, if you're in prison and it's not for life, it's supposed to be a place for you to,
Correct yourself.
correct yourself. Yeah, I mean they're called correctional facilities for fuck's sake.
but they're
Like,
not. Absolutely.
Right? No, they're just
not.
punitive punishment facilities, and then you get out of prison, and then you can't ever fucking get a job anywhere, no matter what.
Then you gotta go
did.
back to crime.
And you
Yeah,
can't,
right.
and you can't vote, so you can't vote anyone in that's going to give you your rights back.
Right, and it's I don't know. Our prison system's fucked.
But it's one of those things. It just takes. There's times when they have executed somebody, and then later on we get new evidence, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we might kill an innocent man."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
well, that
especially
happened
back in the
straight
day.
up
That
for
happened.
sure.
Well, that
What
happened.
you executed an innocent man is disgusting and wrong, and you did it in my name. Did
That-
it in your name, and your name.
That-
The government said, "I'm going to kill this person because you know what? It's what we need to do."
I mean,
I mean,
they
they
didn't,
also
if you didn't
take
live
out
in the
billboard
state, they
signs.
probably didn't do it in your name.
well,
unless it was
no,
a federal
but
person,
true. But still, it's still
federal
not right.
executions
And
happen so
and considering
rarely.
they just
They don't
started-
anymore.
they
Joe
just
Biden
started-
did
no,
end
they,
them.
oh, did they? Because
Yeah.
well, Trump brought him back.
Trump brought it back
them
for, like,
and
a
then
couple
Biden,
months,
like,
like-
just did away. I think he actually did it through legislation to get rid of them.
Oh, did
Like,
they?
They're gone.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
I have to look that up, so don't hold me to it. But I think
no, and
that's
that,
how it
but that's
happened.
why I think. I mean, I think certain cases, we need to use it a lot more sparingly than we like.
If
I mean,
your
like-
crime has to be so bad that you're a danger even sitting in isolation in a prison. Like if you're the Joker.
No, because again, he might be from afar a weird study to learn how the human mind can get so fucked up.
Yeah, but you saw what happened to when they studied him.
Yeah, he created Harley
well,
Quinn.
that's the thing. Is,
But we're talking comic books. You're
but
not
the-
real
no,
life.
but the problem is in real life, those people are so they're so manipulative and they're so good at lying.
You're 100% correct.
Yeah,
How do you
right,
even know if
you're
you're
not-
getting any relevant data from them?
Yeah, it's like when what was it Ted Bundy, right? When like he confessed to all his shit, they're like he might have been right about like 25% of them. The rest he might have just been fucking lying at his ass for him.
No, they're pretty sure he killed more than what he said that he killed.
No, maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't Ted Bundy. Maybe it was the
It was
clown.
Ted Bundy was a big one.
Gacy.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy. That's
yeah,
it.
Gacy was pretty bad too.
Yeah, they were like he confessed to like all these murders and stuff like that in places he wasn't even in.
Well, one of the things I find fascinating, and the thing with a lot of these guys, I know Mindhunter's a show, but it's about that. It's about guys who go in and interview these people, And a lot of them just like to talk. And that is true. A lot of them just like to talk about it.
Yeah, because most of them are narcissists.
Yeah, most of them are. And that's why if you have someone with a narcissistic personality, there's something going on. You might want to watch that
They
person.
also love the idea of like, those guys work for the FBI. Like most of these behavioral analysts, they work for the FBI or they work for the police. And the fact that they can literally like toy with this, like these authority figures, and it's nothing that they can do to them because they're already in prison, like for the rest of their life. I mean,
Yeah. Well, and the beauty of, I found with Mindhunter is that one of the characters in it is, he's kind of fucked up too, but
You're going to be.
works,
If you're,
yeah.
oh my God, if you're talking to someone like that and you're interviewing people like that, you're not coming out of there the same, right? You're legitimately talking to a person who feels that a human life is worthless.
you need to watch that show, by the way.
I know, I do, but
It's
it just
excellent.
seems like it's not going to hold my attention.
oh, it will.
Oh,
right.
it absolutely will. It's fucking
If
good.
it holds Brandon's attention, I'll watch it. After Supernatural. After
Yeah, the John Wayne
Supernatural.
Gacy episode of Supernatural is creepy too.
Yeah, all those. I mean,
Yeah, we've already seen that one.
Yeah.
That though, I don't want to spoil anything, but he comes back and it's even creepier.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
I don't
it's
think we've
creepy.
seen the John Wayne Gacy episode on yet. When we were watching, I think we saw it at someone else's place.
H.H. Holmes.
No, that wasn't John Wayne Gacy. That was H.H. Holmes.
It's
No,
like
you said someone else other than.
No, we watched it at someone else's place. Not naming names because,
Oh,
yeah, like we
Maybe.
watched that episode at someone else's house.
I don't know, man.
I don't think we were that far in the series yet.
I don't know.
Yeah,
They
that's-
made a board game of the H.H. Holmes, though. So
It's
Yeah,
funny
no,
because I
that's-
never
that's-
knew who that
Murder
was
Castle?
until
that story is so fucked up.
H.H.
That's
Holmes.
fucked up.
yeah, and they made a board game. I
Yeah,
have
no,
it
if you
in
read,
my closet.
I read a book. What the fuck is it? But it's about like the Chicago's World Fair, and because
Yeah.
H.H. Holmes doing it like at the same time.
Yeah,
And it's really good because it like.
it was a hotel
But yeah, I mean the fact that he like all the
with
stuff
all
he did,
these hidden chambers.
and it's terrifying how easy it was to get away with.
Well, back
like,
in the day,
just
for
disappearing
sure.
people. Like
Well,
like these people's parents like literally with like in like private investigators showed up and he was just like no she married someone else and left and they're like okay like, like the only people they actually got him like on for was because they finally found the body of his fucking associate like
yeah,
his associates
the partner.
his partner he burned his partner alive after he killed him and then he fucking and then he like kidnapped his kids and killed them like in like 3 different places.
Yeah, but
And those
they
are the
never
on-
they
those-
never really found the women.
that was the only murder. That was the only cases they actually got him
All
for.
the blonde. I think that they were blonde women. Yeah, all the blonde.
God damn it, I
women.
hate blondes with big firm breasts.
No, I think they were.
See,
I
this
think
is
they
why
were.
it's
they
good
were
to
all-
be a brunette. Nobody cares about
No,
us.
I think they were. I don't
like
think, I don't think,
redheads are really sexy and blondes just get murdered. I guess.
I
So
don't,
No,
think, I don't
brunettes
think
have
it
a-
was a blonde thing. I think he murdered multiple other like. I mean, they were saying he may have murdered like over 200 people in that.
no, I
fucking
think he
castle.
had a type. I think it was mostly blondes anyway. There might have been others. I don't know.
No, they never said that.
They
in the
never
book, but-
found any of them, so it could have been anyone. Who knows?
Yeah, because they built him a fucking incinerator in his.
yeah, in the basement of
And
the
he
hotel.
literally asked if it was like he literally asked them to build an incinerator that could destroy human remains,
Yeah.
and they're just like, okay. Like,
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that
I
sounds
mean,
fine.
well, it's funny. Like when we used to play Call of Cthulhu, right? Like everyone's like, how do I track this person in the game, right? And I'm playing Call of Cthulhu as it would be played in like the 1920s and 1930s, and I'm like, you can't. Like, you can try to look in the library for records or something like that, but records on people, like the government knowing exactly who everyone is and what we're doing all the time and public records and shit like that, those are relatively a new thing.
yeah.
Like, people were much more private back then.
And that's what they were talking about the World's Fair. Like people, like there were like a bunch of people that died, and they just put them in graves because they had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
And they're like people abandon their children at the World Fair.
Well, I mean, there's so many places for them to go.
Well, you know, one of the things I found interesting was like you always watch like serial killer shows. They talk about you get the cop was 1970s, man, shit just went weird. There was always those kind of people. The difference was the 1970s. We started developing the ability to go, oh, wait, there's fucking something wrong here. Like you can track.
Well,
them.
we started getting forensic technology.
Yeah.
Like once we started being able to identify
it was the same with,
fingerprints and like bone remains and dental records and shit like that. That's when we.
That's
There
why we're
was-
finding all these like 70, 80-year-old fucking serial killers.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we can suddenly test for it, and they're like, oh shit.
Well, there was where the serial killer who the one guy that crossed state lines and did it throughout a bunch of states, and
That's Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Okay, they didn't piece it together because there was no way to communicate.
Yeah,
with
that
the
time,
states.
yeah.
States couldn't communicate with each other.
So they
But-
didn't realize
that's
it
why
was the same
he-
MO.
But they did.
Sort of. He went to jail in one state, escaped, went to another state,
Yeah.
and they like.
Yeah, because he left Washington and I think it was Colorado.
Yeah,
where he got
that was
caught,
it.
and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
ended up fleeing. He ended up like escaping from there and fleeing to Florida.
Yeah.
Now, what happened was he killed somebody they probably murdered a woman in California, killed a lot of women in Washington, murdered some women in Idaho or Utah. So when he went to Utah, his girlfriend at the time was like, man, that description that you're showing me of this dude who killed somebody in Washington looks similar. So she gave him the name. Well, in Utah, they had another murder in Utah, and they sent his name over to Utah, and that's how they started piecing it together, who he
Yeah,
was.
but I mean,
But it was
before
still-
that, it was
I don't
very
remember.
It
hard.
still took years to put a case together. I mean, he killed a lot. They estimated over 30
it's not
women.
like
he
it's not
murdered.
like America's Most Wanted that's just
No.
flashed all over the TV.
Oh yeah, yeah.
for
Well, now we
every
have it.
state.
Yeah. Now, if
He's the reason we have shit like that now.
yeah.
if someone kills someone in Florida and then they fucking fly to Washington and murder 17 people and then they drive
Yeah.
out to Idaho and murder
back
4
then,
like
how are you gonna
it's
know?
gonna be pretty easy to track that, especially now with like fucking
Cell
Records.
phones
ATMs,
and-
cell
yeah.
phones, credit cards, like
Credit
Cameras,
card
traffic
records.
God,
cameras.
the amount of information all of us give everyone at any
Freely.
point in time freely is insane. Like, legitimately, anyone can figure out where I am at any time, right? I now have an iPhone, right? So
Well, we
Apple knows where the fuck I am.
we
Like,
had-
legitimately, there's the Find My iPhone feature.
Well, we had the one friend that always posted on Foursquare.
Yeah, back when
like-
Foursquare is a thing.
Yeah, if you don't know
Checked
Foursquare,
in.
Oh, yeah, we
you
check
check
in
in
everywhere.
everywhere. And
You
I'm
check
like,
in and then you get
okay.
discounts.
It's like, oh look, I checked in at this store. Oh look, I'm now checked in at this restaurant.
Yeah, like
I'm
I could legitimately follow that guy's every movement.
Yeah.
And the only reason he ever used Foursquare is to get discounts at bars most
well,
of the time.
yeah, but I mean, still,
But yeah, going back to the Ted
be
Bundy
wary
thing,
of what you're doing, man.
if you haven't watched that show on Netflix, like with Zac Efron plays him,
It's actually pretty good.
it is scary
Yeah.
Yeah.
how accurate like Zac Efron plays that role.
Yeah, it's
Because
good.
they like at the end of the movie they show like scenes
The
from it.
videos of Ted
hi-
Bundy
like him,
interrogations.
Zac Efron like when like the time when he's got when the warden from Gainesville was like talking and like Ted Bundy's standing next to him and he starts talking like they made that scene in the show and then
And
they
it-
showed them like top and bottom and it was like holy shit that's
yeah,
like,
it's good.
it's so fucking accurate.
But
like, it's
there's
creepy.
There's a character in he's not well, he's a character because the show kind of stopped for a while in Mindhunter in Kansas, and people he's kind of weird, he's kind of creepy, and they never caught this man for years.
the-
He was
you
a
mean the
BTK.
BTK?
He's
Yeah.
a BTK killer,
No, he
and they
actually-
didn't catch him for years. He quit killing. He was so disappointed they caught him that he quit killing for a while. He stopped killing people, and then started killing again. And it took, like, he fucked up something. Like, I think he signed something on one of his letters, and they're like, "Oh, wait a minute, we know this guy." Like, oh shit,
No,
like, yeah, it was some bizarre thing that led to him.
yeah,
Forensic analysis has gotten so good that I guess there's a possibility for someone to be a serial killer nowadays.
No, there's actually. You
Oh,
should
yeah,
look
no,
at that
there's
website.
a lot of sick people.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of sick people out there. But like, if you look at the website, like the FBI Most Wanted list or something like that, like, and you look at, not
They estimate there's at least 5 to 1,000 serial killers happening.
5 to 1,000. It's a round
That's
number.
a big
500.
difference.
Excuse me, 500 to 1,000.
That's still a big gap.
operating
Yeah, they said that-
operating on the West Coast alone.
They said
let
in
alone
New York City, there's they average that there's at least 50 active serial killers at
Yeah.
any given time.
Yeah.
I think that's so
It is
amazing that
insane.
like they still like I know if you look at the FBI Most Wanted list and shit like that, there's a lot of serial killers on there, but they know who the fuck they are.
Some of them, not
Like-
a
Not
lot
all
of them.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have an interesting story going back to the BTK killer though, because the guy who was my instructor for the first part of my A school for FTA school, he actually taught the BTK killer's son.
Oh,
Because
really?
The BTK killer's son was an FT. Like they were estranged. Like they didn't really know each other. But he was literally in A school when the FBI showed up to tell him that his dad was the fucking PTK killer.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
showed up and they're like we need to talk to Raider. And they're like, there's a bunch of guys in black suits show up and they're like, oh shit, what happened? And like, yeah, that's what they were doing was at that time was telling him that his dad had been caught as a PTK killer.
I knew a lot of people. So when I worked in Sierra Vista, right, the schoolhouse down in Sierra Vista did whatever, it was something fucking Echo. I don't know. In the Navy, our jobs are very simple, right? I was an ITS. I was information technology specialist on submarines. If you're an IT, you're an information technology systems, information systems technician on surface. Like, super easy. And then you look at every other fucking branch out there and like, I was a 37 Golf.
Yeah.
Fuck does that mean? So anyway, whatever school they were teaching. Whatever schoolhouse that Bradley Manning was in, one of my old bosses was the schoolhouse lead for that when he was still in the Army. And he said that they tried to kick him out like at least 4 fucking times. But every single time the command was like, no, we got to be nice to him. We got to, do shit and all that stuff. And I mean, look what he fucking did. He got how many people killed?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, if there's a case for the death penalty, it's that dude. Well, I guess Chelsea Manning now who's out free doing whatever Chelsea Manning wants to do.
Yeah.
And like
trying to run for Congress.
It's really
it's fucking gross.
I mean, it was that was when I was still living in Virginia, but yeah, that was.
Oh my god.
That was what she was trying
to
do.
He at the time legitimately
murdered people, got people killed.
Yeah.
Yes. No. She, whatever. I don't fucking care. It's bad. Yeah,
he was sending out fucking troop movements and all that shit and like where fucking bases are and stuff out on the internet and like got fucking American soldiers.
They're all and people like a lot of people think of him as heroes. Like I mean,
that guy is not. You do not.
Like Snowden is different to me. Right?
Well, Snowden's different because he showed that the government was doing shit we all know that they were fucking doing, but like he was like, look, dude, it's happening.
Like it's really happening. It's not conspiracy theory.
But not like giving out locations.
But yeah, what Snowden did. No, what Snowden did is Snowden pissed the government off.
Yeah.
Right. Bradley Manning killed people.
Yeah. Oh, got people. Yeah.
Like there's a huge fucking difference between those two.
Bradley Manning also gave away our strategic supply of insulin and things like that we need.
Oh yeah.
He gave up all of that to the fucking WikiLeaks dude. That's why WikiLeaks guy. Honestly, he's not. I have no.
Julian Assange.
I can never remember his name, but
he's a turd and a half.
He's a turd, right?
Yeah, apparently, because they took him in. What was it? I forgot which embassy it was, but they took him in.
He was in the he was in the Ecuador embassy in
and he was like
England.
pissing everyone off in there.
Yeah,
he was just being a douche. And
he's a fucking turd. Yeah.
No, like. Countries have secrets. Every single country has secrets, right? And do I think that most classifications are completely bullshit? Yeah. But there are some things we do need to keep a strategic advantage, especially when we're in a war.
Insulin. I think one was insulin, albuterol. Remember we were talking about albuterol earlier, asthma.
Yeah, and, well, no, he was even like...
And blood and oil.
What?
We probably
didn't
talk
about
that. I'm sorry.
You were like, we were talking about brewer
I'm sorry,
earlier,
everything's running
and
together
like,
to me.
But we didn't talk about that today. I mean, we talked about food, bitches. No.
Food and bitches.
But
the normal topics.
It's a bit of a. I mean, what he did was just wrong. I mean, he put a lot of lives at stake.
Like I said, there's certain things that I don't think should be classified. I don't even think the government should do, right? There's no strategic advantage on spying on U.S. citizens.
That's bullshit. Yeah,
like
wrong.
Go fuck yourself.
That's them wanting
to, That's just the NSA reaching as far as they could possibly.
That's the NSA finding a need for their existence.
The NSA does a lot.
We've done it, and the thing we've done it our entire, pretty much our entire history.
Oh, absolutely.
Almost from our inception, we've spied on our own people. And it's always. It always is hilarious to me when they try to make it it's a political issue. Like, your party's been spying on people. No, they've all been fucking spying on people.
Yeah,
that's literally what they do.
And but you know what about is it's still gross, right? Just because they all do it doesn't mean it's.
No, I'm not saying it's not right.
Right.
I'm just saying it's amazing to me how an issue that is all encompassing our entire government.
Well, there's a
people
difference,
just turn
right?
it into a fucking.
There's a difference if two political parties are at each other's throat and they spy on each other, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. I
don't
don't care. When you're affecting fucking Joe Blow, who's just pumping gas at the fucking gas station, I got a fucking problem,
Yeah.
right? When you're fucking wiretapping people's cell phones without a warrant in a secret court that they don't even know what the fuck their charges are.
Yeah, it's fucking
And
gross.
no one will ever know about it. And
Yeah.
they're like, oh, yeah, we can wiretap his phone because of something.
Or
Because
detain people for indefinite amounts of time
Yeah,
without
shit like
charging
that.
them.
Yeah, like-
Unconstitutional as hell.
Yeah,
That is
like
fucked up.
there's a court out there that is classified. And if you don't have the classification or the need to know, you won't know what's
what you're
happening in
being
that
charged
court.
with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like your average citizen does not have a fucking TS, whatever the fuck clearance you need for that, or the need to know, right? The only time you would ever know what you're being charged for is if you were like a government employee or a
and if you're-
contract.
So
and
they
if you're being
can't.
and if you're being charged in that court, your fucking clearance is probably suspended.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean that's
Yeah,
it. It's
so
they're
you
going to
can't-
suspend your clearance and then send you to court, so
can't
you have
even-
no idea what you're being
Yeah,
charged
you
for.
can't defend yourself against it. You can't even.
Yeah.
How are you going to defend against something that
No,
you don't know what you're
the,
being charged for?
The Patriot Act is, to me, that was the act where it was like America's about to die because America gave away its freedom. They gave away its freedom because they were scared.
That's what a lot of people do.
And it's disgusting.
Fear-
And it's sad,
Fear
right?
gives up a lot of things. We go to war over stuff we are afraid of because
Yeah.
we don't know enough
Well,
about it.
I mean, you
fear
look at
is a powerful.
It is. And the
thing.
government uses it
You look
very
at
yeah.
well.
well, you
to
look
get
at this
whatever
whole
they want.
you look at this whole Al Qaeda Taliban thing.
Yeah.
Did they win? Fuck yes, they did.
They absolutely did win.
We
Yeah.
are in constant fear of absolutely everything. We
Yeah.
have been in a war.
We
for
gave up
over-
our entire rights with
Yeah.
the Patriot Act to
We-
prevent another one of those happening.
we gave
the
away
Patriot Act ain't spying on them. It's spying on us.
Yeah, and it was so bad that Canada introduced their own regulations against.
So forget me something or other.
No, it's called PEPITA. The right to be forgotten is GDPR in the
That's a
in
different one.
Europe. But yeah, PEPITA, they made it basically so that any data collected in Canada stays in Canada if
Yeah.
it's from a Canadian citizen.
Right.
So like if a US company is operating in Canada and they collect data from a Canadian citizen, it cannot leave Canada.
Yeah.
And it was 100% because of the Patriot Act.
Oh, Patriot Act
Yeah.
is fucking gross. It's sadly that is George Bush and Dick Cheney's baby. That is that Republican Congress's baby. And then the Democrats had a chance to get rid of it, and they did. They're like, no, let's make it worse. And they
Yeah,
added on
and
to
they
it
just-
when during the Obama administration.
Yeah, they keep adding on to it, and it
Yeah.
just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. We just keep losing more
Like,
and more fucking rights.
We're losing. Like they can walk in here and arrest us and say we're arresting you under the Patriot Act, and there's no, I
And
can't
never,
do anything.
never
Yeah,
tell you what
I will
it is.
never know why I'm being
Yeah.
arrested.
Oh, we have a FISA court warrant.
It's
for
because
Yeah.
fuck. Like
It's fucking
I'm
gross.
gone. Like no one will ever hear from me again because
Thomas Jefferson said a government or a people should never fear their government. A government should fear their people, and he's 100% right. That's how it should be.
yeah,
But
but
it's not really possible anymore.
it's that's
It's
the
just
thing.
not, and
Like,
because of these
we've
bullshit laws, and
I
we
mean,
allow
even
them
before
to
the
do
law,
it.
it's just
Well,
the
I mean,
technology
technology-
difference.
Well, technology
technology.
slowed
We've
it
gone
down.
back to tyranny.
We have.
We have like
We
made
are
this
swinging.
huge. We
Yeah.
made this huge deal about overthrowing. Like, yeah, the American people told the King of England to fuck off, and we're our own country. And like, it happened in France too. France overthrew their fucking government, told them to fuck
Absolutely.
Well, they
And-
just had Bastille Day, didn't they?
off. Bastille
Yeah.
Day.
Bastille Day.
I mean, this all reminds me of that the Family Guy episode where they like overthrow the government in the town, and then they just end up reinstalling the government and they're thinking it's their idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's all
sad,
that's gonna. It's
but
all
yeah.
that's
Well,
gonna
it's like the
happen.
Rick and Morty episode of The Purge too,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
they just go
Yeah.
back to purging.
Yeah.
But
What if we just had one day every year?
Well, we're watching the death of the Enlightenment, right? America was formed towards the end of the Enlightenment, so like we had this idea of people governing themselves during the Enlightenment, but the problem is America happened at the tail end of it, so we're kind of going away from it now. We're going back to kings and queens.
we are, except we're not calling them kings and queens.
No, we're
anymore.
calling them presidents.
No, we're following.
calling
this-
them
we're following
congressmen,
the same path
senators.
of pretty much every democracy that's ever existed.
Every single
True.
fucking time.
Yeah,
God damn it,
absolute
people, learn
fascism.
your
It goes-
history.
it goes in
Absolute
waves.
fascism,
Like, I make a big deal about history
and it doesn't matter what
because it's so fucking
It is.
important. If you look back at any historical period, right, just pick one, Middle Ages, right? It repeats itself every fucking time. And democracy is a fairly new concept.
It is.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Except for like Greece and Rome.
And
Greece.
Venice. Venice is the oldest
Oh yeah,
democracy
Venice
ever.
wasn't actually part of Italy. It really weird how Venice worked, but
Well, Italy technically wasn't.
it wasn't
Italy
a country until
for a
like
long
the
time,
90s,
right?
I think.
Yeah.
The unification of Italy.
Which I find bizarre.
It was when I heard that date, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
They always called themselves Italian, though.
No, they were. I mean,
Wow.
they were Italy, but the Italian unification and
Yeah.
Italy as Italy we know it now didn't happen until like it's like the 80s or 90s or something like that. It was
Yeah.
really recent.
Well, and it's just like history, like with Greece. Like we always called it Greece, but they were just a bunch
mean,
of fucking city states.
That's probably
Yeah.
true.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Sparta, Athens.
Sparta,
I mean, those are the
yeah.
two known ones, but there's
True.
fuck tons of others.
You had
like
Athens. We had Greece. You had Athens, Spartans.
Makotos was probably its
yeah.
own for a while,
Philosoph-
like or Mykonos.
Colossians? So
Venetians, I think, were involved in there somewhere.
Well, Venetians was Venice.
Venice.
Yeah, that was probably
They were
part
loosely
of
involved. They spoke the same language. They did a lot of the same.
part of
commerce
the
together.
quote unquote Holy Roman Empire, which was neither Holy Roman nor an empire.
Well, they were Roman, but yeah,
No, they weren't.
Well,
The Holy Roman Empire was none of
oh
those
yeah,
things.
that's right. That's when the Catholic Church took over.
Yeah. They called
But-
themselves the Holy Roman Empire, and they were legitimately.
They
none
ended
of
up
those
calling
things.
themselves something else there when they died.
Ah,
But
fucking cares.
it's sad, and it's that cycle. It's that vicious cycle that we keep doing, and it's because people are lazy
and they forget.
Yeah.
and they
Do you
forget.
know how often we forget about things that happened like a couple weeks ago?
Well, yeah,
The average
Especially
news cycle,
nowadays,
right? The
yeah.
average news cycle.
We're like, oh
and
man,
I
that
told
big thing happened.
I told everyone
Oh
this.
no, something else big happened. We'll forget about the first big thing.
I told everyone this when Hillary Clinton got charged for, or when they brought up the fucking final report, and like Hillary Clinton was 100% guilty of all. Oh my god! If
Absolutely.
I know a guy who took a selfie on the fucking engine room and didn't send it to anyone. Is the engine room of a submarine? He took a selfie in there, didn't send it to fucking anyone, and he's in jail for it. Like I knew that dude.
yeah.
Like she had a fucking server in her basement with
Yeah.
like emails that were so secret. The IG department had
Couldn't
to
look at them.
No, they had to get people cleared for it. They had to get investigators cleared to that level.
We're gonna end up popular or something because you mentioned that name. We're all
What?
fucked.
No,
I'm just
Hillary
kidding.
Clinton. Yeah,
woman
like we're
is-
all gonna commit suicide here now.
I say there's a reason that I'm just standing over here quietly.
But like,
You're involved, dude. It is what it is.
yeah,
I mean,
no,
the
your
Bicker
name's on
Bunch
the
is
website,
actually two people sitting at this table. I mean,
I was never.
Damn.
I'm walking away.
Dude,
I
we
mean,
just
you
we just got
involved.
sold out by your wife. That's cold, man. That's some cold shit.
bro. No, but yeah, if
I just want to live, man.
if I end up suicided here in any recent amount of time, it was probably because I said that.
Or you said the name Epstein. I have no idea.
Yeah, right. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist, by the way, but a lot of people have committed suicide.
I saw something when they did a story about how like so they managed to get some person that like couldn't talk. Like they managed to get like a computer to talk
Oh,
for
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Because of the snaps in their brain, and then I saw a Facebook post about it, and like they're like, so what? And then someone asked like, so what did they say? And then there was the normal things, and then someone was like, Epstein didn't kill himself.
I don't know what I think of that. I don't know enough about it, but it does make sense.
No, everything
I hate to say it.
and
It's valid. Like that
every
conspiracy's
single
valid.
every single person quotes the testimony of the director, the FBI, CIA, NSA, one of the
whatever it
I think
is,
it's
yeah.
the FBI director, Comey.
Comey.
maybe? Comey, yeah. They always like look at his testimony. What they never look at is immediately after that happened, the next testimony was from the IG and the deputy IG, the inspector generals of that agency, that
Yeah.
like the State Department inspector generals, and they were like, no, like, fuck no, none of that was legal.
Yeah.
Like, she should absolutely be
Oh yeah.
prosecuted.
Yeah. I was
And
just
they
talking about
like,
Epstein, but yeah.
Oh no,
yeah.
I'm Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
they completely buried all of it, and they're like, nope, that never happened. Like I was legitimately listening live on CNN or on C-SPAN because I'm a fucking nerd and I do that.
Yeah. That's
And
insane.
like I was like, and when they were like, no charges, no reasonable prosecutor would ever put charges, and I'm like, fuck, dude.
That's not what the IG said.
Yes, because they didn't want to get disappeared.
Yeah, they didn't want to get suicided. A lot of people that didn't want to commit suicide just avoided that whole situation. But they, right after that, the guy, like I said, I knew the guy, who is in jail for taking a selfie on a submarine. He filed a motion to dismiss his charges because he was like, well, fucking Clinton got away with it. And they, without even going to trial, were like, no.
And that's bullshit.
Yeah, and I'm
right?
like, if she can get away with having fucking TS shit, everything on a submarine's reactor is at highest secret. Most of it is actually confidential, right? She had shit that was TS with special clearances. And by the way, everyone out there, if you believe in QAnon,
That's bullshit.
and
no
I know
such
if
thing
you
as
believe in
QAnon.
QAnon, you're
This-
absolutely not listening to us anyway.
Yeah.
But if you believe in any of that QAnon shit and you're like, a Q clearance is higher than top secret, it's fucking not. It's
I
the
don't even think it's a
Department
thing.
of, it is.
Oh, is
It's
it?
the Department of Energy's version of a top secret. Like, legitimately,
So it's just bullshit.
I got
Okay.
selected for a job to work at the Los Alamos National Laboratories in New Mexico, right? The place the Manhattan Project was at. And I would have been super fucking stoked to work there.
You're
But,
Q.
and yeah, it was I would need a Q clearance. And legitimately, the guy was like, oh, you already have a TSSCI, so we just transfer that to a Q.
Isn't
and
that
like,
just
we're
the
good.
civilian version of the top secret?
Yeah, no, it's the Department
It's
of
the Department
Energy's
of Energy.
version.
There would
Yeah.
almost be no reason for anyone that's working in the White House to have a Q clearance.
No, there's
No.
not because it's
No.
Because they're not part of
it's
the
only
already
the
have the top
Department of
secret, yeah.
Energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're a CIA agent, you don't have a Q, you have a TS.
Actually, that would pretty much tell people who Q is if he has a Q.
Well, no, there's a lot of people that have Qs. There's a fuck ton of people that have TS.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like, okay, we know what department he's in.
No,
It's Department of Energy. It's only Department of Energy.
And he's right next to Trump, so he's probably his secretary if it is. But we all know that it's
I mean,
just
we
a bunch
all
of
know
fucking,
it's just some dude living in fucking
No,
Philippines.
it's the it's the
that's what
4chan guys who live in
8chan.
Philippines. Or
8chan.
are they 8? No, they're 8chung now. They changed it.
Oh, whatever. Who gives
Whatever
a
the fuck it is.
I don't
They're
know. I've
turds.
never
That's
actually
all
been
I
on
know.
that site, so I don't.
I've been on 4chan before, back in the day when 4chan was actually cool.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, in like, you know, the early 2000s, back
Sure.
when 4chan actually had stuff that wasn't just.
Gamergate.
I have
And
no idea
weird,
what the fuck's going
twisted,
on.
fucked up porn and Nazi imagery.
No, it was still mostly that.
Gamergate.
Yeah.
Less Gamergate, more.
You know what
twisted
Gamergate
porn
is?
and-
No.
Should I?
Yeah, fucking, I
All
don't
right.
know what it is. Like,
Gamergate is a bunch of people got tired of, like, say, like IGN has a very left-leaning view of video games, right? No. So they're only reporting left-leaning things, very heavily feminist, very heavily, whatever.
Left.
Very left. So what happened is these guys who were just like video games, and it started off this way, right? It started off innocent, as all things do. And they said, no, we're tired of that. You're bullshit. You're full of shit. Everything you're doing is wrong. You're shitting on a game because it doesn't have the right tone to it. You're calling
Yeah,
it
the
this.
right ideas.
Exactly. Like
Well, that's
Far
like
Cry 5,
anything.
they said they could have done the whole Trump thing, and they should have. It was about.
But it had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, it's about the guys who drank Kool-Aid down at Jonestown.
Jonestown. Yep.
So, but it's things like that, and it built. And eventually turned into where you had like these fascist groups kind of infiltrated and kind of got fucked up, right? It got really twisted and weird. But they had a valid point that one view is being expressed in the video game
industry.
and it is the far left, and it's not. It is the woke culture left, like the ones that are so far that they're actually fascists. So they kind of came all the way around, right? So and that's what they started as, and then it turned into whatever the fuck insanity. Like Milo Yiannopoulos took
oh,
over.
God, yeah. Oh,
that fucking
Jesus,
weirdo.
God, that guy.
That guy's a fucking.
I hope he gets hit by a
fruitcake.
bus the next time he crosses
And
the
I'm not
street.
saying he's a
Yeah.
fruit. I guess he is gay, so I guess calling him a fruitcake's the wrong thing. But
It's not fruitcake in that.
it's not in that
aspect.
sense.
Like-
he's a fucking idiot. All right, I
Yeah,
can't
no,
stand that
he's
guy.
just- Oh, God, that guy's a fucking
And
moron.
Steve Bannon got involved in it, which, of course, he was part of the Trump administration. So it got taken over by the alt-right because, and what's so frustrating is the alt-right and those woke people are kind of the same. They just
yeah, but
don't
there's
want to
just,
admit
like,
it,
Well,
right?
there's just like.
I think
We're gonna
we
get
go-
so
I-
much
I
trouble
th-
right
I
now.
think we just go back to extremes. Just don't.
No,
do
we
it,
do.
man.
Yeah,
we
that-
need,
that's what it
we
is.
need a middle ground.
But-
Extreme left and extreme right are actually the same thing. We're just arguing whether abortions are good or not.
But what it started off as, hey, look, we can't, we need more honesty, but we need more of an opinion, and we need more of everything. As all things start off innocent, and it just fucking. I mean, I am not a part of gamer. I would never associate
The
myself
road
with
to
that
hell is paved with good intentions.
because that shit's fucked up and weird now. But there was a time where, like in the very, very beginning, where they just like, hey.
What the
Really?
That's it, right?
And then it just fucking
think-
all of these
I
weird
think-
trolls took over
I
and it
think we
fucking
need to
exploded.
just take it back to food. Everything in moderation, guys.
Everything in moderation.
Just
Yeah.
everything in fucking
What's
moderation.
really funny is like, so when we record
You
these
don't need
episodes, right?
extreme.
We don't. None of this is scripted or any shit like
No.
that. Like we have topics. I have topics written
to start
down
us off,
to
and
kick
this
us
is where
off,
we
and
got
wherever
Most
it
of what-
ends.
Yeah, we
Most of
ended.
them-
We're at Gamergate now.
And most of
so-
the topics we come up like literally as we're sitting down to start.
No, for
Yeah,
sure.
legitimately. So my topics today.
He was like, "You should tell your story,"
It was-
and we're going to talk about
it was
food.
James-
And look where we ended up.
Yeah, we ended up in a far right, and it is
In
become
moderation.
a
No, it's-
far
like,
right movement.
I won't read off my notes for today. Topics: Jam's cunty story.
Yeah,
Yeah, I said it that time. Get over it.
yeah, whatever.
Food, good food, eating for celebrations, crazy U.S. proportions, and shitty food.
And now we're talking about the Patreon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
now
now,
we're-
and like we
we're
talked
at
about
Patriot
absolutely
Active
fucking none
Gamergate.
of that. So that's absolutely how every one of these fucking podcasts
No,
goes.
this is real life conversations. This
Yeah,
is our
this is
dinner
how we are.
conversation, and this is
So-
how it
Like
goes.
I said before, like these are basically just the
Yeah.
conversations the four of us have when we're sitting around having a couple of beers at dinner. Like,
And sometimes it ended up to a really fucked up place.
yeah, like sometimes we'll start
Like
off
where
with
we're at
something.
right
I'm saying
now,
most of
but-
the time it ends up in a really fucked
Yeah,
up
probably.
place.
But
But-
I don't.
Because everyone's fucked up people.
I don't think like so. My cousin who made us these awesome koozies and
Shout out.
Our-
They're
Yeah,
really
love you,
cool.
Mandy. Always will.
Yeah, Mandy, she's awesome.
get to
She has
use
a
them.
Facebook group. She told me to pimp her out. Hold on, let me
Always
look
will.
up the Facebook group. I'll also post it on Instagram. But yeah, she's
Probably, we should probably paste it on Facebook too.
or Facebook. We have way less. It's Mrs. Mandy's Crafts is her Facebook group, and she made us our beer koozies, and she also. Because she's awesome, threw in like a
Well-
little wine tumbler and shit like that.
Well, not
Yeah.
the ones you'll see in upcoming beer roulettes, because the
Yeah, no,
past
no, no.
3 we didn't have those yet.
Yeah,
so we
just got 'em.
actually have
There-
beer.
she
we have-
doesn't just make black koozies.
We'll have
alright?
to. We'll have to take pictures and
No,
put
we
them up.
will.
Yeah, I'll post it up with this. But
Yeah.
yeah, so whatever she did that, and like those are super. I don't even fucking remember where we were going.
They're
I'm like
cool,
high and
man.
drunk.
Well, we were in that weird Gamergate thing, and like I said, it's weird because
No
then weird people
moderation.
took
There's
it
moderation.
over, and it's insane.
How the fuck did I get to koozies? And
Actually,
all
that's
that?
how 4chan became a thing. Was because of
the
that.
randomness.
And
Was-
the 8chan guys, became a thing through
Well,
the whole
4chan,
Gamergate.
4chan was like first, and then they made B, right? And B is
Yeah.
just random. And
Yeah.
anyone posted anything, and whenever the mods were asleep, they just posted child porn all the time.
Yeah, it was fucking gross. yeah.
And
still, I think it's still pretty much.
I mean,
fucked
8chan
up.
wasn't even. I don't think 8chan was like stolen from someone else.
no, some dude started 8chan as a place where everyone can speak freely, right?
Yeah,
there was
it
there was no moderation.
turned into Nazism.
Yeah, and pretty
so
much.
no judgment.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Everyone judges everyone
Yeah.
all the fucking time.
Yeah, but pretty
That's a
much what
lie.
it turned into is like anytime anything turns into when you leave people unsupervised, right? It turns into fucking racist bigotry.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Yeah.
like especially the people who are going to be on that site, right? The people who like feel that their word is being stifled are the people
Yeah.
whose words should be stifled.
I don't think anybody should be because that's how we figure out good ideas versus bad.
No,
ideas,
we know what the
right?
bad ideas are.
What
at
we
this
do,
point. We know,
but
we
you're
have
going to make
known-
them stronger by
I
stifling
like
them.
I like the idea they had when I watched that show Mythic Quest on Apple TV, and like they were having trouble with like Nazis being on the servers and stuff and saying shit to people, so they literally just found all of the Nazis and put them on their own server, like just and they just let them talk to each other.
But
like-
see, that's not good either, though,
No,
because then
yeah,
they're
'cause
just
now you're-
growing their ideas.
Yeah,
more.
because now you're just getting all the people. Like,
yeah,
I mean, they're all already together anyways. They're just
Yeah.
infiltrating other people too.
social media, man, the internet. For
social
how
media
much
is fucked up, man.
for how much good
good
the
and
internet has
bad.
done. Like
That's
you
like-
have every single ounce of knowledge right in front of you in your pocket.
And you
like,
look at porn all day. That's it.
yeah, or you look at
That's
porn.
that's the good part. What are you,
Yeah,
what are
every
you talking
single-
about?
every
Everyone,
single ounce of
everyone
knowledge.
can agree on this. All
Porn.
right. No,
Titties.
just
You
kidding.
know?
But still, you have all this information right in front of you, right? You can just search anything you want. If you're ever questioning about anything, where does the sun go at night? Like, you can look it up and learn that,
It doesn't
right?
go anywhere. It stays in the same place in space that it
I know,
always
but
is.
like, if you're an idiot and you're the person that's asking why don't we why don't we visit the sun when it's nighttime? You'll
No.
learn the answer why
no,
we can't fucking
that
do
is
that.
Yeah,
not
there's
what
a
she
ton-
said.
There's a
The
Oh, sorry, we visit
why
the sun
don't
in
we-
winter.
Why don't we visit the sun in winter when it's cooler?
Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
I've seen
Because
it,
that's
why
not
don't
how the
peop-
sun works.
I've heard I've seen too where the people are like, why don't
Or
we visit it at
seasons.
nighttime when it's off?
Yeah, right. And then they can, if you ever have a question that you think maybe that's dumb, because I know for a fact you thought to yourself,
I shouldn't say this out loud.
what? Go
no,
for it.
no, that's it. That's the question you've always asked yourself. I shouldn't
Oh,
say
yeah,
this, should
Okay. I was in high school and I really want to.
What? You were in high school?
was.
Like every fucking
What?
person
I
that
don't
has
fucking-
to go to
That's
these
bullshit.
things?
I don't fucking believe you.
Hell no, we won't go. So when I was in high school, I want to share the story out to you because some of you out there are complete fucking idiots. And you need to realize that you're complete fucking idiots and you just need to use the internet to stop looking at fucking Facebook and actually start learning some shit because your life will get way easier.
Facebook is life.
You'll get, I guess it's not Facebook now, it's Instagram, but whatever.
Instagram is no longer a
Or
photo
TikTok.
sharing site.
Yeah, whatever. TikTok, whatever the fuck. I don't. Whatever
pick
you're
one.
looking at, just delete that goddamn app and install. Just start searching things that you're questioning about. So
Both
this.
sides, though. And usually what matches up is actually the truth.
Oh yeah, no. If you ever wanna
Wanna
know
find
the truth about a
find
situation,
the opposite of each
what
point
I do is
and find where they meet in the middle.
I load up an article on CNN and then I'll load up an article on Fox
Fa-
News,
yeah.
and any points where they say the same thing
That
is
must
what
be
actually
probably
happened.
fact. Yeah.
Usually.
Or you just look at the BBC.
I still like the, don't believe anything unless you have scientific evidence to back it.
Yeah, but anyway, so this girl in high school, she was what you would categorize as a complete fucking idiot. And she's either dead or I don't know, married to some fucking trophy husband. I have no idea. Or she is a trophy wife. Like, she honestly was probably too stupid to fucking breathe. But she, in the middle, like right before our class started, had this revelation that she wanted to share with the class. And her revelation was, I didn't realize ham came from a pig. I thought it was its own animal.
I want to meet the ham animal.
Yeah,
Me
right?
too.
And I was
wonder
like,
if it's round
fuck?
like a ham.
yeah. And I was like, you have got to be one of the stupidest fucking people in existence. 100 years ago, you would have been left in a
Well,
fucking ditch
you
to
know
die
what?
because you're a goddamn
At
idiot.
least you realize that it came from a pig. I mean, you have to have those
She was
revelations.
goddamn 17
I
years
don't-
old.
I
I don't
don't-
give a shit when that revelation occurs. Like, that revelation should have occurred when you were like 8.
There's,
Well,
there's no such thing as
considering-
pigs.
That
They don't
is
exist.
literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Right? And
Pig-
like, I
pigs
was
are
in that
government
class when she said that, and all of us were just staring at
Okay,
the teacher, and the
okay,
teacher
but-
was just like, I don't even know what to comment. Or
I
like,
mean, the pig in Tiny Toons was called Hampton. I know everybody saw Tiny Toons.
she
Okay,
was that
but
fucking
come
stupid.
on,
She couldn't
come on
correlate
now.
that.
I mean, maybe she was a city kid who maybe never.
No, you know what she was? She was a fucking cum dumpster.
No.
Well,
Not everyone
mean,
grows up
maybe.
on a farm.
not everybody. I mean,
Dude,
I
you don't have to
didn't.
grow up on a farm to know a ham is from
I
pig.
grew up
It's
in the middle of
pork.
I grew up
It
in the middle of
says
a
it
city in
on it.
Virginia, and I know that.
Like, it legitimately says 100% pork. What is pork?
Maybe
is pork an
she-
animal? No, pork is a pig.
Maybe she was sheltered. No one ever told her.
No, she's a fucking idiot.
You don't know, man. It could
I
have
do.
happened.
No, I do know. If you ask that question and you're 17 years
Well-
old, you're a fucking idiot.
There's
on
those
now.
people who are what you would call an idiot for that, and
What
they
if you
might
were kept
be
in a
brilliant
cave
in other
and you
results.
don't
I just
know?
never thought
Okay,
about
if
it.
you were kept in a cave and you don't know, but if you went to school your entire life, not just school, Catholic school, which is
Well,
probably known as like
Very good
some of
educational
the most
system in
rigorous
America.
education system we have in this country because our public school system sucks.
outside of the religious stuff, yes. I
Yeah,
would agree.
if you cut out all the fucking Christianity bullshit,
no,
then,
I agree 100% on that.
Then
Yeah.
Catholic school,
I went for what, 14 years?
yeah,
yeah, Catholic.
16 years?
I
like,
didn't at all.
Honestly, if I went to public high school, like I'd probably be stupid too, but I didn't.
Hey.
I went to
Hey.
You don't know her
Well, wait a
life
minute. That might be a bad
situation.
example. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey.
I went to a public high school in a very large city, so
It's different, right? Very big cities, like, but
It
a
depends.
very large, nice city.
if I went
Did
to
it have a nickname? Did it have a nickname? The public school?
I think we were Wildcats.
No, I mean like. So we have like in Jacksonville, you got Sandalwood,
Scandalweed,
Scandalweed. Did it have one of those kind of nicknames?
No, that's just
No, because
no.
we were just.
you have Wake
So
Forest
you're
High
doing
School,
better.
which, by the way,
High school,
Wake
yeah.
Forest was a fucking Klan member.
If your high
Claim
school
hater, I
has a
think.
name, a
Absolutely
nickname
was.
like that, like a street name, yeah, you're fucked.
I mean, if you
Yeah,
renamed,
we were
if you
Oak
renamed
Harbor High
everything
School.
in the South that was named after a Klan member or someone who was like a huge racist, there would be nothing.
You know the one out.
Like
Yeah.
you would rename literally everything.
Probably.
Senator Byrd is a weird one. He was a Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. The Democrats like he was great American. Like, what?
Yeah, you just
He
don't
was
talk.
a
You
horrible
just
human being.
you just don't, you just omit certain details.
like that guy used the N word in the middle of the news to describe a human being, and nobody was like, "He's such a good man." I'm like, he's fucking horrible.
Look, plenty of people are racist.
True.
It's always wrong.
Plenty
It
of people
is
will
always wrong.
They have always been racist. They're still racist. They'll
Yeah.
always be racist.
As long as
And they're always wrong.
Modern
Yeah, like, it's-
society.
It's stupid.
But anyway, like, I'm sorry. If you went to a Catholic high school, you or a Catholic school, you were taught a lot, right? Like, I remember when I was in high school and they started, and I was in biology, and the subject of evolution came up, and our teacher was like, I mean, I was not a big Catholic, right? I was never a big Catholic.
No.
Right, me. So like when they were like talking about shit like evolution and euthanasia and how it's bad or something like that, and I'm like,
I remember euthanasia that they said bad. Depending on the school, in my Catholic school, evolution wasn't that big of a deal. It was for Pokemon. Couldn't do Pokemon.
but no,
But
when I was in high school biology,
but
our teacher,
euthanasia, I didn't know what that was. I was like, "What's wrong with the euthanasia? I don't
like,
understand."
they're overworked and underpaid.
I
Like,
mean, I honestly didn't know what that was till high school. I really did not know what the fuck that was until they brought it up in high
was-
school, and I was like,
that was a
"What are
thinker.
they talking about?"
what
that was a thinker. I had to think about that for a second.
euthanasia? They're overworked and
I was
underpaid.
like, what is?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know what that was in high school.
I didn't either. Yeah. So, but no, when I was in high school biology, and our teacher was like, "We are going to talk about evolution," and some people were like, and I was like,
I've never had any classes in Catholic school that had
What's
a problem with evolution.
I was like, "What's up with evolution?" And
Maybe
they're
the
like,
teachers
"The
were
Catholic
more
Church doesn't
enlightened."
believe in evolution," and I was like, "Why not? We've proven it exists time and time again. Like we have we like cause it in certain species that reproduce quickly. Like how the fuck is this an issue?" And they're like, "Oh, it's bad." But still, like the amount of knowledge I gained from that teacher, even though he was like, "We're going to talk about it,"
What?
I don't believe in it.
I wonder what class that was.
Osbeck.
You know what he did
I
was
didn't
he
have
went,
them.
I
Oh,
don't
okay,
believe
I
in
did.
it, and then he went.
I was like, none of mine ever had a problem with it.
Yeah, no, he didn't have a problem with it.
No,
He was
I
probably
mean-
just like everyone else out there. He just had to fucking spew the Catholic bullshit.
No, I never had a Catholic class that said evolution was not a thing.
Oh, like, yeah, that was like, as soon as we hit
And I
that
grew
chapter,
up
he made a big
16
deal about it.
fucking years, 14 or 16 years, I can't remember.
Yeah, but no, as
Because I
soon
went to 20 years of school, so it was probably 14, 16.
that's too many years.
but
16.
14.
No, it was probably 14 because 2 years of Baptist school. Which
That's-
probably also
your
didn't believe
school
in
age
evolution.
from first to senior is 12 years.
Yeah, but I did 3 years of pre-K, 1 year of kindergarten, so that's 4, plus 4 years of college.
Pre-K.
20 years I know I went to school, but
I don't know, man. But either way,
I've never had a class
No.
that had a problem with evolution,
he
and I
did.
went to more Catholic classes than you did.
yeah,
so-
well, I don't know. I went to Catholic high school, and they made a fucking big deal about it when I was there.
Well, maybe that one class. Coach P never made a big deal, but I had Coach P as my biology teacher.
Oh, so
and
you actually have no idea how biology works.
that was a weird class.
So, but either way, like, they went over that, and, like, it was a taboo. They're like, "Oh, we can't talk about this." And I was like, but still, like, I learned more from that than I would have ever learned anywhere else. Legitimately, if, again, if I had a kid, which I will never have a kid, but
If we did,
if we had a kid, I would
definitely send them there.
I would send him to Catholic
And
schools
say
because I know
just
that
ignore
education.
the religion part.
Yeah, and I would be like, look, make your own decisions, but take everything they say with a grain of salt. Like,
I mean, pretty send the way our educational system is set up. Send them to Catholic or
Or a
Catholic
STEM class.
or private school, and to guarantee them pretty much college admission.
Yeah.
that's also true.
Because I mean, that's literally
It's
our,
because-
that's literally our
I know
entire education system is set up to
It's
prepare them
us
to get into college.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what Catholic school is. I mean, like, shit, I may as well.
I
run to a
was
prep
so
school.
over well
Like,
prepared. I went to college and I was like, these people are the dumbest people I've ever met.
yeah, right.
I'm like,
But
how the fuck did you
I'm sorry,
get this far?
like, I had to take tests.
I didn't need
Hey,
college.
hey.
I learned it in
We
high
all-
school.
Look, public schools are what they are, right? They're free.
Okay,
to
public
people,
public
for taxes.
education is an incredibly good thing. Like, honestly,
Not the way we do it.
yeah, we kind of fuck it up because we're the U.S. government, and
We
the U.S. government
butchered
fucks
it a
everything
little
up.
bit.
But public education is a great thing. Educating the masses is the best thing you could ever do.
Oh, yeah. If you teach critical thinking,
Yes.
because if you have the ability
No.
to question stuff, you will not be enslaved.
Yes.
End of story.
Yes, but can you expect a government to teach a
Well, they
society to be
don't.
free
They
thinking?
Can
don't,
I-
They
yes.
don't want us
They
to
Should
be.
I?
They
No.
stop doing
Yeah,
it
Oh,
because
no.
they don't
Well,
want
Ours
us to
doesn't. Plenty of other countries does.
Yes, but
They don't teach.
that's
anything
the whole
useful
thing,
anymore.
right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you could.
Honestly.
The problem is I'm not everywhere else. I'm
like
here,
they don't.
Yeah,
They don't teach.
and that's the problem.
Well, most of our listeners are in Romania, and I have no idea
yeah,
how their
yeah,
schools
I
are.
don't know how they're
like
either.
most schools now. They don't teach civics classes. They don't teach. And they
Yeah.
don't teach. They don't teach you basic life skills.
Oh
Like,
no.
Oh,
Like
never.
how to do your taxes, how to balance a
No,
checkbook.
that was never a
like,
thing.
like
Ever.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Well,
but it's something you
can't-
should. I mean,
It should
Even
be.
how our
100%.
government-
that's why that's why most of our population's in massive
Our
debt.
government, I had half a class on it.
Yeah,
half a
it's
semester
half,
of government.
half
in
a
senior
semester
year.
of government, right? And then the other half was economics. Two of probably the most important things that will ever play into your life.
I had an entire year of government, and one half of the year we just watched fucking Keanu Reeves movies.
We watched This Isn't a Beer, or no, this
I
I'm
know
a
Kung
Bill on a Capitol Hill.
Yeah, Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock. We did watch that.
I did not.
But I watched that way back when. I had all kinds of Schoolhouse
But
Rock
yeah, I don't know.
videos.
Like I said, if someone that stupid, she's just an idiot. Like, well, okay, she might not be an idiot, but she has never taken the advantage to learn something.
Or she spoke without fully thinking of what she was
Nope,
saying.
she was super proud of that revelation.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
She
it's
had
a-
thought
it's a-
about it for a long fucking time.
It's another bad thing in our country
sad.
too, is that you
She's
don't.
also the girl that got a tattoo on like the inside of her lip that said "cunt."
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
so she's just not.
Yeah, she's
in
just
our
an idiot.
country, you don't have to be smart if you're good looking.
Yeah, no,
No.
100%.
That's everywhere,
And that was
actually.
her. Like, she was like the girl everyone wanted to fuck, and honestly, you had a good chance at it.
Yeah, and especially with social media and like you get all the OnlyFans girls, like, which I really don't understand with the amount of like free porn and shit that's out there. Why you would pay money
There's
to see one specific person, and most of them aren't full nudity.
You know, mine is the one that bothers me.
Ours
is
will be when we make it.
I know a
Yes.
lot of people, and they don't stand for anything. They stand for nothing. So
They
therefore,
don't know anything.
They believe in
can't-
nothing. They stand for nothing. They do nothing. So they're accidental nihilists, and they don't understand that,
You
right?
can't stand for something if you don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the problem.
Stuff.
They're all too
Yeah.
stupid to know what
But
they
the
stand
problem is
for.
when you
They
try
don't
to
stand for
explain things
something,
to
they'll
them,
fall
right?
For everything.
And then like I'll try to explain things, and then they look at me like I'm the asshole. Like, what do you mean? Why would you do that? Why would you believe that? It's like, no, because
The
this,
first
this,
time-
and this, and this is the reason why you would believe
The
that.
first time I ever told someone how quantum computing worked, right? Very first time, I had done hours and hours of research into quantum computing and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And I mean, like, past quantum computing, I started digging in because you can't understand quantum computing without understanding quantum physics. So then I
Yeah.
had to dive into,
Yeah.
you know, an overarching view of quantum physics. And I know a lot about quantum physics. Absolutely not. Like,
Yeah, just enough to
elementary
get by.
Yeah, enough to know how that works. And but so the first time I ever told someone about quantum computing, and I was like, "Yeah, this is how it works," and they're like, "How the fuck do you know that?" And I'm like, "I looked it up.
Yeah,
Like,
mean,
you
that's-
have the goddamn internet.
Well,
Every
and that's-
single
that's
piece
how
of
I learned-
information is in front of you."
That's how I learned like 90% of my job. Because You were just like, hey, like we have an opening for this. Learn this, and I was like, okay. So I learned that.
Well, it's like I'm going back to school, and the people have asked me like at work and stuff like, that's a big commitment. Why would you do this? Because I can learn more knowledge, and knowing knowledge is good. And
Yeah, being
but it's
smart.
like I am a weird guy, for wanting to grow, and I'm a weird guy because I believe in things. I stand for things.
Well,
You know,
we've
it's
gotten to the
weird.
point in this country where our country was founded by the thinkers.
Yes,
They were founded by the educated. And
Yes.
like when they wrote the Constitution and stuff, the reason it is fucking complicated as shit is because they were some educated ass motherfuckers.
They were like
And-
were like Benjamin Franklin was.
Oh, guy was a fucking
He's
genius.
a fucking genius.
Like,
I mean, in all
there's
reality,
a reason he's the only president.
He
or
never
the
was a
only,
president.
Yeah,
He was
he's the
never
only
president.
non-president
All
on our
three
money,
documents.
and it's the highest denomination of money we have.
And he's also the only man to sign all three major documents in the
Yes.
United States. I mean, he is easily
that guy has
the
done
most
more for this
important.
country than anyone else has.
And look at his
by the way,
patents.
by the way, he was a huge supporter of France. So
Yeah,
all
I
you
mean-
Americans out there that hate France, like you're just an idiot. The only
Well,
reason
they
we
don't
have
support
a country
him
is
anymore,
because of
right?
them.
What do you hear about Benjamin Franklin? You don't hear about all of his inventions and all the great
Oh
things
no,
he
he
did.
was just a whoremonger.
Oh, he went after women. He went and had sex with women. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, like honestly, if like monogamy wasn't shoved down my throat, I'd be fucking chasing skirts all day long too.
I mean,
the fact that he managed to fuck all of those women and still do everything he did is pretty fucking
It's
impressive.
yeah,
actually
right.
amazing.
Like when I have sex,
Instead
like
of just
my
staying
days.
in bed all day.
Yeah, like my day's kind of over when I have sex.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like I guess I'm just gonna sit on the couch
he
and watch
like-
TV for the rest
He
of
was
the
like
day.
he was like negotiating like war treaties and shit,
Yeah,
and
but-
then like at night he was going to fucking giant sex
You
underground
gotta
orgies.
think.
Well-
you gotta think back in the day, women's only job was to get married.
Back then, yes.
yeah,
it's a different time.
that's
100%.
bullshit.
And
I mean,
you cannot take
you can blame that on religion.
2021
you
and
can't take our
compare it.
values and
to
compare it
1776.
past.
Absolutely, there is a difference in what we know now and what we knew then. But right back then, the ultimate truth was that God exists. Right? Now,
Not really. Actually, it was
sorta.
waning then.
yeah, it was starting to
That
wane.
was kind of one of the
and
things
then
the
it
Enlightenment brought
kind
on.
of came back, and then it's starting to go away
Yeah.
again. But like
No,
when
it's
we
coming
started,
back.
it's some circles. But when we started, we can see the skies now. We know how planets move. We know what
Mm-hmm.
stars are. We know how the universe was created. Like, we don't need to guess at that shit anymore. We don't need to have some all-fulfilling prophecy tell us what it means.
Well, you just got to think too. Part of the world's problem is technology is coming so fast, and the world is changing so quickly that our minds are still animals. It freaks us out.
Yeah, well, that's it, right? We're animals, but we're smart animals. Sorry, Humphrey's barking in the back.
Oh, is he? Oh, shit.
That's okay. Just keep going.
Keep going. All right. So
He's about to start barking.
is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay,
It's
wait.
fine. Just keep going.
But anyway,
Everybody
Are
our
we done almost?
yeah,
Yeah,
kinda.
we probably are.
I'll just cut all this part out. It's fine. But we are still animals.
Yes.
Absolutely. And we try to think we're so much better than every other species out there, right? Like, honestly, like everyone laughs at Planet of the Apes that it was like this weird fucking thing and like, oh yeah, that would never happen. It could, man.
Yeah, they could evolve.
Like the
just
great
we
ape
did.
species are fucking smart. We're
Yeah.
one of them, by the way. Like
Yes.
we are a member of the great ape.
Yeah.
The great apes. Like,
The big thing is we can. How did I think it was Stephen Hawking put it? We can understand. He says we're an average ape on an average planet floating around an average sun, but we have the ability to understand the universe, and that makes us extraordinary.
yeah, that's it.
And
like,
it's 100% correct.
We got lucky.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Evolution worked for us, and it worked for us to bring us to where we're sitting here talking on microphones on a fucking device.
Yeah,
that is
right.
Sending it to the world. It's amazing.
Honestly, I don't know if we're better for it because
we have our days.
we're so
we have-
anxious and fucking overworked.
It's because
have-
it's coming at us too
when
quickly.
we could instead be apes and be living probably happier.
Yeah, but would we though? Because we
I don't
wouldn't
know.
be
Just
happier.
fucking everything. Throwing
We
up
wouldn't
poop
be
everywhere.
happier though.
Why not?
I will explain it to you because you're going to have to deal with these things called panthers and jaguars
I
and
don't
mountain lions
Yeah, but we
and
have to deal with
I'll just
these
be
things that want to fucking kill you
I'll
all
just
the
be King
time.
Kong.
Oh,
be fine.
like our own species doesn't
Well,
fucking
we-
kill
we
us.
have to
now we
deal
have
with
to
that.
worry
Come on
about
now.
humans and
And
humans
terrorists
and
and
humans
fucking
and
We
humans.
do have that problem, but
Humans with knives and humans with
we're
guns
not-
and humans with baseball
yes, but-
bats and
okay, you still got a better chance of getting into a car accident than you do in a terrorist attack. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, but
on
I
that.
Yeah.
mean, compare that
Humans
to
with
like-
cars. Like,
Yeah,
I was
I
about
know.
to get there.
I know, but you know what I'm saying.
But compare that to being mauled by a panther because I'm an ape. We should look up
No.
the statistics because I'm pretty sure we have a
But
better
you-
chance of dying as humans than they
I
do.
don't think so.
No,
Nature's
I don't think
brutal
so.
and
Yeah,
ugly and nasty,
reason-
and we figured out how to make it work
No,
for
the
us.
reason, honestly, if you look at the most popular species out there, right? They reproduce constantly and shit like that. If you look at
Rabbits?
how our reproduction happens,
Cockroaches.
no, it's actually insects.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, insects.
Insects are the highest. They reproduce constantly and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they have fucking multiple generations within a week. Like we don't have that. Our gestation period is very, very long, and our babies are born
But we
underdeveloped
We live
for a
longer.
reason.
not really. Elephants can live just as long as we do. Sea
No,
turtles
I
live longer
mean,
than we
but-
do. Like,
But between us and the insects.
Yeah.
well,
Insects don't
yeah.
live
I
that
mean,
long.
but I'll get to my point. Hold the fuck on. So
No.
we go through like our gestation period is very long. We're born underdeveloped. Like every other animal can fucking poop a baby out, and then like it just gets up and walks away. Our shit in their fucking the clothes they're wearing for years. Like
I still do that.
the like we are a very fragile species. The only thing we have over absolutely
our
everyone
brain.
else, is our ability to comprehend.
Yeah. And
Our
build.
ability to comprehend that
and
we
create.
are that yes, we are animals, but
Let's do it like we do on Discovery Channel.
we can think about us being
Yeah.
animals, right? We have the cognition.
Yeah.
And
We're
other species
completely
don't have that.
conscious.
And the second that some other species has a cognition of what they are and what the world is,
Oh yeah.
guess
I don't
what?
think
We're
we'll
going to have to
change.
fucking fight that species, right?
Yeah,
If the
absolutely.
elephants suddenly were like, wait a minute. Because, I mean, honestly, it'd be like elephants, dolphins, or any other great ape species. 'cause
Yeah.
they're
I mean, the worst
fucking
one.
smart.
Actually, the worst one would be raccoons because they pretty much already developed the
It's true.
ability to. They've already developed to a certain degree.
It's true. But, like,
no,
they can already fire
you can't,
guns.
you know, yes, we change our environments, and yes, you know, we probably caused a lot of this climate change.
we didn't
but-
probably.
okay, let's say we did, but we're still pretty extraordinary beings, and to throw that away and just be,
I never said we weren't extraordinary.
You
I
know-
just said I don't know if we're better off for it.
I think we are.
I mean, I would say yes. Right,
Absolutely.
I
Right
mean, it
now,
wouldn't matter because if we didn't do this, and we wouldn't know.
we
That's
wouldn't
also
know.
true.
That
That's
is
also
true. That is
but
true.
if you
Human
think
beings are pretty special. In
if you
their
think
own
about
right.
it, yeah, but if you think about it, we bitch about the time we're in right now,
Yeah.
right? And we're like, oh my god, so
It's
much
still the
violence,
best
so much
time to be
This is
alive.
the best time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Like honestly, your odds of living the longest are right now than they have ever been. Your odds of being killed in some stupid fucking war are lower than they've ever been. Like we can bitch about this shit all day long, and we should, by the way. Because the only reason that we've got to where we are is because we've bitched about it before.
Yeah. That's kind of the beauty of our species. I mean, we've gone to places that nothing else on Earth
We've
has ever
left
done.
our goddamn planet.
Yeah. We have been on a celestial body that is not our planet.
Yeah,
We sent a car into space.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah.
Just
like,
because we
with a
fucking
dude
could.
just chilling on it.
Yeah, with a
we-
mannequin just like, sup, dude?
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
the shit that we have done is absolutely insane if you think about it.
but
Like,
unfortunately, there's trial and error, and we are animals, and we're part of this environment. And as we're part of this environment, we change it to make to suit our needs.
yes, we do.
and it's not always good.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is
It
what,
is not always
what
good.
we need to
Sure.
maintain what we're learning and what we're doing right now happens to
And do
really
better.
fuck our planet up. But I'm still hopeful that at some point before even
so.
before or in the middle of our tipping point, right, when it's getting at its worst, we will still be able to overcome, and we will put enough people on it. And we're starting to now, right? We're starting to realize that climate change isn't just some California bullshit. It's actually happening. And we need to start focusing money on it. And now more countries are devoting more money to it and trying to solve it. And
Sort of.
I'll end my whole thing on it is this very famous saying I've heard is a man will never destroy itself, nor should it ever think of itself as destroyed.
I don't know. A lot of
And
people
that's-
destroy
I've seen
themselves.
plenty of people destroy themselves.
Yeah, once in a while, but as an overall species, we'll never do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the whole thing with like the Cold War. Like,
I don't know about that.
no, we have had the
Absolutely will
opportunity.
not. We've had the opportunity countless times.
We have had the opportunity
done
to annihilate every single thing on this
To
planet.
say that's not a possibility in the future, I don't believe
I
that.
doubt it. I don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Dead, so
yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it won't matter.
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone would ever get to that point. North Korea tries to flex its fucking tiny dick, but like they never will
They never will
because
because
they'll
they-
know they'll lose, right?
Yeah.
I don't
If
know
you
about
nuke,
that.
if you nuke every single fucking person on the planet, you're part of that,
Yeah.
right? If
It's
you launch
mutually
this,
assured destruction.
yeah, like. It's you're
Yeah.
not. As soon as you launch nukes at us, we're gonna
You
launch
just
our
won't-
nukes at
you
you.
just-
and
My
then
survival
China's-
instinct prevents
China's
me from
gonna launch
doing it.
nukes at us, and then we're gonna launch nukes at
Okay,
China, and then
but-
Russia will start getting in, then France will get in, India will get in. Like it's
You
gonna
just
be
need the
ridiculous. Or
one
Pakistan.
No, you just need the one person who doesn't care about that. Doesn't care
Oh no,
about
they're
dying.
gonna be the first people that we're gonna kill.
and
Yeah, well,
doesn't-
they're going to be the ones who are going to die.
Oh no, they're probably gonna be us.
Yeah, yeah, well, possibly.
No, but they just start the attack and everyone else does it, and that's the end of the species.
That's not the end of our species. If that happens, it's the end of our planet.
Well,
Like,
yeah, especially
nothing's
as it
gonna
is.
come back from that.
Yeah.
Because
That's why we don't do it.
Not everyone cares about themselves.
Yeah.
Be
Well,
Planet of the Cockroaches.
But they do because they
there's-
realize that if they fucking annihilate us, the back end is going to come around
I
and
don't think
annihilate
so.
them.
Maybe they
right?
want to though.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I
Because
doubt
I
it.
mean, you look at people like Pol Pot and
I don't
Hitler.
know, man.
And
right?
Hitler, yeah, they eventually were destroyed.
Yes, but
They
that's,
killed a lot of fucking people.
That's because
but
they
were
failed.
destroyed.
If they had the odds to succeed,
Just takes one.
yeah.
what would have happened?
I mean, what would have happened if the war had dragged on and Hitler had managed to get his hands on nuclear weapons?
Oh yeah.
What if
yeah,
what if
well,
the war
who used them though? We did.
what if the war had dragged on and they didn't expend their supply lines and we expended ours?
Yeah. Oh, you can do what ifs all day long,
Yeah,
but the fact
well,
of the
no,
matter is it
no.
didn't happen.
Yeah,
But it could.
But
in
it
the
could have.
Because
future.
people stood together against evil. At the end of the day,
No.
we're not going to allow
no.
it to
At
happen.
somehow, what happened in World War II is that the German army was absolutely exhausted because they spread their fucking means
Mm-hmm.
too thin, and they were already in a bad economic situation to begin with.
It's because there was more of the good guy than there was of the bad guy.
But Normandy,
There's no such thing.
Well,
Normandy.
I'm sorry, Hitler was a bad guy, and so were the Nazis.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
strongly
yeah.
disagree.
Absolutely.
There's good and there's evil in the world. Rick and Morty is completely wrong about that.
I don't know.
Morally, he is wrong about that.
But like if Hitler, like there's so many reasons why the Germans lost World War II. But honestly, if you look at the odds, D-Day shouldn't have worked.
no, probably shouldn't have.
The odds were against the Allied forces
Yeah.
so much, and it was considered a suicide mission.
Yeah.
It was the last opportunity to save the world, and somehow it worked.
It did.
If
But
by-
you know what, though? As bad as this is going to sound, humanity would eventually probably have gotten rid of him. Because
I don't
evil
think so.
tyrants usually
mean,
eventually die.
What's one of your favorite shows ever? Man in the High Castle.
Yeah.
Like the
Oh, no.
world is fucked up.
Oh,
and
it
they're
is fucked
trying
up.
to get rid of them.
But
there's still a lot of
humanity,
fucked up shit back
when
there.
shit gets too rough, humanity somehow finds a way to fix it or get out of it.
I don't
And
know.
that's what we're heading towards. And I can't really take that weird pessimistic view of we're just going to blow ourselves up because
I'll do it.
we're probably not
I-
going to.
I
Jam's gonna prove
We've
you
had
wrong
the
single-handedly.
opportunity since the 1940s to do it. We've come close, but everybody's like, "Oh no, you know what? No."
yeah, but it just takes one.
It does
crazy
take one.
asset.
But I mean, that's
like
what,
that's
80,
it. That's
80
all it is.
years. 80 years of human history. Like that doesn't.
That's
Yeah,
still,
you're talking
yeah,
about this
but-
minuscule.
but also
part
how
of us.
humanity's been around for what point
And we've
zero zero
wiped out
zero
how
zero zero
many
zero
civilizations
0.001?
of ourselves.
yeah,
Oh,
the world probably would have ended already if
But
we had the ability
humanity-
to do it.
But
Yeah.
the weird thing is, humanity is still here, and that's
For
one
our-
of those
because
weird
we're so
things.
new.
It is.
We've occupied the last
Yeah.
2 seconds of the last minute on Earth. Put it on a calendar.
Yeah.
and we have fucked up more than
We have.
anything else has have. In
Well,
the
because
previous year.
Well, yeah, because we're, intelligence-wise, we have that weird thing called an imagination. We're like, Let's try it. See what happens. Oh, that wasn't fucking good. Let's
Yeah,
not do
but
that
the
again.
problem is like someone is gonna get that idea, and someone,
Yeah,
like I
eventually.
said, just one person in a
Maybe.
nuclear powered country has
One
to have that
person
idea.
ruins it for all.
Yeah, that's the thing. One person will fuck it up for everybody.
Maybe.
Hitler fucked it up for everybody. Hitler didn't have the access to nuclear weapons. Imagine if he did. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
he probably would have wiped
He
out
would have
America.
used him.
That's
Absolutely.
why you crush evil. That's why you got to recognize good and evil. And
Yeah.
that man was evil.
Well, that's why we need to.
It is not about perspective. It is not about some weird nihilistic thing that people have. There's good and there's right and there's wrong. He was wrong. He needed to die.
There is a protection of humanity, and then there is the disregard of humanity.
Yes.
Right. If you ever think you are better than anybody else, you're wrong. Because you're not.
Oh, maybe.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not. I'm not better than that fucking idiot out there who thought that fucking hams were a separate animal.
Yeah, but you're still better than like
I'm
your
smarter than her for
murderer,
sure.
your murderer and your rapist and
I don't
things
know
like
about
that.
that.
If you look
Like-
at it like simple terms like that, you are better than some people.
Maybe.
But
I mean,
you
I have my
can't-
demons. They have theirs. Theirs are
just-
just way more impactful.
There's
Mine are
just
more
things-
impactful to me. Theirs are more impactful to them.
It's like, okay, in America, like we had Donald Trump. He was not good.
no.
He was not good. He was bad.
No.
He was the example of bad. And we
He
went,
is-
as a country, yes, there's still 49% of the people still voted for that crazy man.
And 49%
But
of people,
people
are gonna try to do
united
it again.
together to get rid of him.
No, I actually don't think that's true. I think he would have won a second time if he shut his fucking mouth and didn't say the election was rigged.
I don't think you would have.
I would have. I do because
Well,
a lot of
because
people.
the Democrats keep putting up like the most vanilla people you can put
Yeah,
up.
if he would have just said, you know what, this election will be truthful and honest, and if I win, I'll win, he would have fucking won. But the problem is he told everyone that it was going to be a farce from the beginning, because if he didn't do that and he lost,
Eh,
he
maybe.
wouldn't have had a scapegoat for
There's
it.
a lot of things you could do, but the fact is, reality,
No, the fact is he convinced a
lost.
shit ton of people to stay home.
he did.
And if those people hadn't have stayed home,
He
or they
might have won.
hadn't have fucking mail voted, or they hadn't have done anything else,
So
he
what you're
would have won.
saying is he fucked himself. He did what every poor friggin' leader
No,
does.
the problem is not only did he fuck himself and then had an escape plan for it
yeah.
to fuck all of us.
Well, maybe.
He did it in such a
We'll
way.
see.
It's a classic dictator move.
Yeah.
Every
Oh, he
single
did.
fucking dictator has done this.
Yeah, Pol Pot did similar things. So did
Yeah,
Adolf
right.
Hitler,
Like
so
he
did
is
Napoleon.
He is
so did
legitimately one
every other
president.
one of them.
He's one prison sentence away from becoming Hitler.
He could be.
Like all he has to do is write a book.
I think he's already written a book.
He's written several books. The Art of the Deal, the one that he.
Well, I
poses.
mean,
He didn't really write it, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he just needs to go to jail, and I mean, Hitler's book was fucking awful. Like, gee, the writing was just terrible. Like,
Yeah.
it was just some ramblings of a fucking megalomaniac, and that's all Trump's book will
Oh,
be
he's a
too.
megalomaniac.
Because he is a classist narcissist.
Yeah.
If you look at every single description of a narcissist, it's
yeah.
it's him.
Yeah, he's not good.
He is the closest thing we've had to a tyrant.
can't-
And there's still so many people out there that support it. We're legitimately supporting a tyrant.
yeah. But you
Half the country is supporting a fucking
I know.
tyrant.
I know. And you got to fight those people. And how you fight those people is you come at them with knowledge and you kind of
No, because they don't give a fuck about
They
knowledge.
may not.
They're the dum-dums out there who are like,
Yeah.
I got guns.
And you go out of your way to remind them that they're dum-dums.
Yeah, but they're like, I got guns.
Yeah, so does the United States military. I'm not really
Yeah,
worried.
but unfortunately, the United States military
lot of
comprises
them are.
mostly of the people
Yeah,
that go,
it's-
I got guns.
That's sad.
Trump, good, I got guns.
But you know
Like,
what?
I was in-
America is itself will die. It's gonna die.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right, but I'm not saying it's the end
sorry,
of
like,
humanity.
No, absolutely not.
You know,
I think,
humanity will carry on,
But right now,
and a new thing will come
but
up.
right now, I live here.
Yeah, I agree. I have the same.
I live
problem.
here, and I have opinions that reject the tyrant.
Oh yeah, I do too.
And if
100%.
if it ever happens to where, I mean, right now in Arizona, these people have access to who voted for who, and
Oh,
they're
that's scary.
trying.
No, it's
they're trying
absolutely
to get the
terrifying.
ability to
it's
knock
not
on
even
fucking
in
people's
Arizona
doors.
anymore.
Yeah, right.
They took
And-
our data. They took our voter data out of and fucking into a different state.
Yeah, right. And they have access to who voted for who, right? And like again, I've said this a couple times, but a few years ago, you would have told me that the government or like some group out there would have access to voter data, and they would like go kill every person that didn't vote for the person. I would have laughed you out. Right now, I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Yeah, it would be.
Like honestly, if someone started going around Arizona and they're like, "We got the list of people who voted for
No.
Biden," and they were gonna go round them up and fucking kill them. Like legitimately, when I moved to this new house, I didn't change my voter registration.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to.
Oh,
I'm not even
blame you.
registered Democrat.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I-
registered libertarian myself. Yeah.
Yeah, like I will not.
No, I don't live in the woods.
But I will not make my voter record public because I won't change it. You'll never know where I live. Right? I've become that person. I'm legitimately, honestly, within the
I'm
next couple of
uncomfortable,
years,
you
I'm
know.
uncomfortable with the fact of letting people know who I vote for.
Yeah, no, it's an ugly thing, and what he has done to this country is ugly, and it's been built up. It's been happening for decades. It just finally
It did, yeah.
It
Like peaked.
regular people. Well, okay, people have been saying it's been going on forever, right? Like you've heard me rant, right? Like, dude, all you're gonna do is you're just gonna arm the wrong people, but you're gonna arm them in this weird. They're gonna get this weird mindset. They're just gonna fucking go off.
Yeah, but
And it kept building and building and
50
building, and here we are. And the problem is, the media is doing the same thing that they've always done to help build the problem. They're continuing to build the fucking problem.
but I don't think the problem is if you stop talking about
It's
Donald
not
Trump in the
talking
news,
about
right?
him. It's taking everybody who ever voted for him and putting them in the lump of an idiot, because they're not idiots. Not all of them.
Not all of them are. A lot
No,
of them are
it's-
just
The
people.
vast
that-
majority of them
It's
are
just
pretty
like,
good dudes.
It's just like not all politicians are awful
No.
fucking people.
No.
It's just the ones that you always see
Yeah,
are the
Yeah.
ones that are
yeah.
doing
The
all
ones
the
you hear
shit.
about the most, right?
The
ones.
the Trump supporters that are idiots are the ones that are on fucking
They're
TV.
the ones in
They're the
June
ones-
6th or January 6th.
Yeah, they're the ones fucking breaking in and killing cops. By the way, the people that are supposed to support blue lives, unless those blue lives are protecting people that they happen to disagree with at the time, and then their lives don't fucking matter
Well, it's
whatsoever.
because, again, nobody stands for anything anymore.
It's
Nobody really believes in anything.
no, they do stand for something, right? They
Yeah.
stand for some dude. It's
Who
Napoleon.
doesn't even know who they are.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
it
It's
is.
like if you look at how Napoleon Bonaparte
You
took
know,
over
we
France.
could do this all night, right?
Yes.
We probably shouldn't.
But if you
Probably
look,
save this for a later one.
if you look at how Napoleon took over France or how Hitler took over Germany,
Yeah.
it is
The people love them.
step by step what he
And
did.
they never had the majority of anything.
No,
Because Trump's
Hitler-
never had the majority of
Hitler
anything.
never had the majority.
And
Not
neither did
once did
Trump.
he ever have it. He just made a bullshit law. He pressured when he got in power. He made a bullshit. He pressured people, extorted them to making a bullshit law where he assumed supreme power.
Yeah.
And like we were damn close to that in the last term.
I don't know how close we really
The
were.
only
We're
thing,
probably close.
The
but
only thing that stopped him was the Democratic majority in the House and Senate.
yeah, and his own vice president was against him, too,
Yeah.
on that.
Oh, yeah. All he has to do is make one change, and right now it's looking. All Biden has to do is fuck one thing up.
He already did.
And yeah, he
By
has.
the way.
Yeah, like the whole withdrawal from Afghanistan.
I mean, I agree with his withdrawal, but
I do too. But
how it's been being handled, it's
no matter what, it's a
fucked up.
shitty situation. And
Yeah.
honestly, it sounds awful, but for the sake of our country, you probably should have held back on that because the Republicans are going to grab onto that, the Trumpers are going to grab onto that, and they're going to fucking pump it
it's
into
funny.
the
They're
ground.
they're pro-war now, but
yeah, right.
I mean,
But
they weren't
They're gonna
last election. So.
they're gonna pump it into the fucking ground, and they're gonna drag it into some place that it's at now, further than it's at now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
So, food.
Food's delicious. I like food.
What?
Nom nom nom. I
Don't
was fat.
stop at stop signs. I mean, no, do stop
Do-
at stop signs,
Just
but
don't
don't
sit there.
there.
Don't sit there.
Yeah, I think
You
don't,
know what I mean.
Don't
I
block
think-
traffic.
I
Fuck
think
you
don't
guys.
don't stop at stop signs is bad
Fuck
advice.
people.
Don't stop at stop signs and get out of your car and then complain about the wait at a restaurant and then get back to your car.
I
and
swear to
flip
God, she
someone
was. You were there. You were next to me. She was bitching for like a few minutes. I didn't even realize that the other car hadn't left.
off. I didn't realize that was the person from that car. Like,
Like, there was a good period of time where me and Brandon were just sitting there like, well, fuck, I don't want to go. And there's a bunch of people yelling every time Phoenix fucking does anything. Which, by the way,
Yeah, cool, whatever.
go Suns.
they
Yay.
actually lost.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bummer.
that sucks. All right.
I don't give a fuck.
And your Inspire Robot quote for the night is suck dick, suck pain. Thank you. Have a good night.